Night temperatures dropping down to the upper 40s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services, home of the Money Today guarantee. And wait weeks for your tax refund? Then don't. At Jackson Hewitt, get money today if you're approved for a no-fee refund advance loan on a prepaid card. Book today at jacksonhewitt.com. No-fee refund advance offered to eligible clients. Application required. Loans by Republic Bank. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports.
You're hot.
10.
Well, you made it to Friday, and so did we. Welcome in, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Jax, and Shu. We're out here at Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Wright Toyota. Be with you for the next 4 or 3 hours as we are here from 1 to 4 every Friday. And we have our own set. We're here, and typically we're surrounded by a lot of cars.
Sure are.
But right
selling
now,
out today.
They're all gone. I've never seen the showroom empty like this. Now, the parking lot's full.
Well, it might be a good thing, Rock, because you had your eye on a couple of these bad boys, and I'm just wondering out there out of sight, out of mind for you, since you were staring down a couple of them yesterday.
No, well, I'm pretty good for a while. You know, I just got one on the 30th, so I'm not due for another car for another year.
It's all about that fresh scent smell, right? That fresh car smell.
I'm addicted to it. I mean, I really am. It's a problem, even to the point.
Yeah,
where
you change cars like what? Every six weeks or so?
No, I'm averaging every year.
Okay.
I feel like it's better than being addicted to other
Something
things.
else, yes.
Yeah.
You know, that's wrong. You can. I think you can buy that spray.
It doesn't work.
You've tried it.
Yeah. I go to the car wash and they're like, "Hey, would you like the new car scent?" I'm like, "No, I already got it." The thing that's so crazy about I go to Cobblestone, all right, and I've done Jackson. They're all great, whatever. The thing that drives me nuts, and this happened a week ago. I go to the place. I go to the same one. All right, it's the same guy. Okay, now there's a lot of people that come through there, and maybe a lot of people look alike or whatever, or have the same kind of car. And the guy goes, he's like, I said I got the annual pass or monthly pass. He's like, man, can you? He's looking at my car. He's like, how about a detail? I got a really good deal on a detail. And I said, I'm not trying to be a jerk here. The car is 5 days old. It does not need a detail. I mean, brand new. I mean, the car was even clean when I even brought it.
Sure, yes. Absolutely.
And I'm like, dude, I understand you're selling them. I'm a salesperson too, but come on. You got to at least look in the car. Just smell the car and it doesn't need a full decal for $300. I mean, that's a little much.
Well, Rock, and I'm sure he's used that on several people and said, well, I just bought it. Maybe it needs a brand new detail. No, you don't. That's the whole thing.
You're not going to spend that kind of money on a detail.
But, Rock, some people are like, well, it's brand new. Maybe I just get a detail just for the sake of it.
It's a preventative measure. Give me a preventative detail so future stuff doesn't happen.
Go in there and clean out the engine as well and give me a brand new wax. I mean, literally, the car was 5 days old. It didn't even really need to go into the car wash, but it rained the night before. So remember when it rained last week?
Yes, I did.
So, and I go once a week. It's therapeutic for me.
You got the package, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's $30, whatever, a month. But the thing about it is it's 15 minutes where I don't have to talk to you. I have to talk to anybody. It's like my therapeutic time to just turn the phone off and just sit there, smell the popcorn. By the way, today's National Popcorn Day.
That's right.
And, and Cobblestone always has the fresh popcorn. Just, get some pop while you're sitting there watching, get your car done. What do you think? What's the fair tip?
Oh, for details your car?
No, just your regular,
$5.
You're a $5 guy?
Yeah, $5.
Always?
Yeah, always $5.
Me too. Good.
Yeah, $5. Yeah, you go $5.
It doesn't annoy you when you see like someone in front of you, and it's the guy that kind of walks around the car, and he goes, "Oh, you missed a spot here, you missed a spot there," and he gives him $1. I mean, that just pisses me off. And it's always guys like you that are 65 and older. It's like one of those things that you guys feel enabled that you get a car wash, and then you need to essentially go in there and kind of go around the car And here's the thing: these people think their car's brand new, and it's a 10-year-old car.
Yeah.
It's not going to come back to life.
No,
with a good wash
No,
job.
I don't do that. I just kind of make sure the windows are clean. I get inside, make sure there's no streaking or whatever, and I tip them $5 and trust the guys, move on, and that's good for another 3 or 4 weeks before I get back in there.
It's crazy. That just irritates.
But you're
me.
right. There's a lot of people that really they're like, okay, and they tip $1 or $2. I'm like, give the guy $5 for crying out loud.
Well, car washes aren't used. They used to be $5 to $10. Now they're like $30.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It is a little bit more expensive, but you feel bad for those guys. The service industry in the summer, they're out there. It's 115 degrees. They're busting their ass. They deserve a good tip. Anyway, so hey, we are out here at Roy Toyota, as I mentioned, and we'll get to some of the headlines as the Suns. They're in New Orleans tonight in the Big Easy to square off with Zion Williamson and the rest of the Pelicans. The Suns are riding a 3-game winning streak as they had that big comeback win over Sacramento the other night. That was Tuesday. They're now 22-18. 22-18. So it's a good test for them to have that big win, a big comeback, and now can they continue their winning ways and go a little run here as they're getting ready to embark on a long road trip?
Well, I think that tonight's game and then the Pacers game on Sunday, a couple of formidable foes, especially the Pelicans, to see if they can finally get that. I call it looking for consistency throughout their game and not to have the highs and lows, especially in that fourth quarter, giving up a lot of points or coming up. And I think it's that time. I mean, after 40 games, all right, guys, how much more do you feel you can improve or do you want to improve? It's always good to improve, but I think at some point you got to level off and just that's who you are with the rotation, with the starting five. Then there might be some matchups here and there that you might see changed here and there periodically. But I think right now the Suns, whatever they did in that fourth quarter to capture some of that, I'll call it magic or consistency, needs to happen throughout the rest of the year until the playoffs.
Some other basketball last night. Grand Canyon took care of Utah Valley 78-65. The Antelopes have now extended their winning streak to 14 games. When are we going to start seeing them in the rankings?
Well, I think they're 17-1. I think probably this Monday or Tuesday, or probably Monday. I think we would see them.
I thought they were going to be in at least a mention last week. That did not happen. They're in Seattle tomorrow against Seattle U. The conference is just so.
Well, that's probably the knock.
That's the knocker. So you look at the
Athletic Conference.
Yeah, you look at the AP poll right now. Colorado State outside looking in 26. They have 169 votes. San Diego State has 153 votes. Seton Hall 89 votes. Alabama 60. And then Grand Canyon at 49. So
they got 49 votes?
49 votes. And to get 25 or ranked 25th, you need 191.
Wow, they got a long way to go.
A long way
150 more votes to get even considered a sniff at the top 25.
Well, I think
but they beat San Diego State.
Yeah.
So San Diego State does continue to maybe pull some upsets in the loaded Mountain West Conference.
Yeah.
Play well.
Well, it sounds as though they'd have to almost go undefeated the rest of the year.
Well, I think they will. I think they're favored in every game.
Yeah, and then have like San Diego State as far as knock off the big boys, keep that RPI factor up there.
If San Diego State has success.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They could say, hey, look, they beat San Diego State, who's making a run right now, and they beat so-and-so and so-and-so. You got to give them that credit. But, yeah, it's going to be tough because of the WAC. Just don't have – when you play the Utah Techs of the world and, they almost beat you, but you came back and beat that team. It's going to be hard sledding. As long as they get there at that point, I don't care what the rankings are.
Devils, they're back on the hardwood tomorrow afternoon. USC is in town. They dropped they have dropped 2 in a row after a loss on Wednesday night against UCLA. They're currently 10-7, 4-2 in the pack. Arizona, ranked number 13th in the country. They will host tomorrow UCLA. They're trying to sweep the LA schools. They crushed USC on Wednesday night. They're 13-4, also 4-2 in conference action. Last night, the Yotes, they fell short. They were in Vancouver. They closed out their 3-game road trip with a tough 2-1 loss to Vancouver. They are now 1-1-1 on this track. They now sit 21-19-3 on the season. They'll return home tomorrow at the Mallet as Nashville's in town.
Yeah, the mullet.
Mallet.
Yeah, the mullet.
The Mallet.
Yeah,
why did I say that? Mullet.
I don't know. It happens once in a while, right?
That happens a lot to me.
I think they lose 2-1, they score first, and they come back and beat them. And I think those are some of the things. As long as they can just kind of hold that home ice advantage, you hope, for this team, this vastly improving team. And, this is that time of the year, this is that go time for them to kind of establish themselves even more so, and just hopefully stay in that playoff hunt if they can.
So the next stage in the NFL postseason is here in Buffalo. Lots of snow, and 12 o'clock our time, a tweet went out in Buffalo looking for help to shovel snow there in Buffalo in Orchard Park.
We'll catch up with Steve Tasker, the former great special team, here at 2 o'clock to see what the update is as far as the weather, the snow shovelers at the stadium. It's interesting when you watched all the folks that showed up the other day, how they got that system with all that snow from the top going down on it's kind of a conveyor belt, if you will, going to the trucks, going down to the stadium. But they're supposed to, I think tonight, we'll talk to Steve about this, another foot of snow tonight coming in as well, too.
A foot?
Another 12 inches, a foot, plus or minus. So as long as it stops tonight and it's clear tomorrow, and Sunday, fortunately, it won't be till 6:30 Buffalo time. They kick off on Sunday. The sun comes up, melts a lot of snow. But, they're looking for people to shovel the snow.
Hey, our headlines are brought to you this hour by the Big Game Viewing Party. Make plans to join us on Sunday, February 11th. You know I can't say those two words. You know what I'm talking about. In the showroom at Casino Arizona, the Big Game Viewing Party. You can win your share of cash just for watching the game. And if the football frenzy wasn't enough, we're sweetening it this year, as you are going to have free squares, propositions, cash in a kickoff jackpot, jersey giveaways. We start the jackpot at $3,000. We will give that money away as it grows after every kickoff. It's our 25th year of partnering with Casino Arizona. It's free admission. Make sure you have your Salt River Rewards card. We do that. It's free. They don't spam you or anything like that. Doors open at 3 o'clock. First come, first serve on seating. So we can hold a couple hundred people in that showroom. We will have overflow in the CAZ Sports Bar as well. But you can bet the game, watch the game there, the sports book. They have 3 live betting windows, 6 self-service betting kiosks, and 8 screens displaying all of the betting lines. So check it all out. It's up on our website at rockandmanuch.com. We'll have our sounds of the night be all divisional sound. We'll hear Lions, Bucks, Ravens, Texans, 49ers, Packers, Chiefs, and Bills. That's all next as we continue from Wright Toyota.
Monday on the drive, will the quarterback hierarchy continue to be flipped upside down in the playoffs? Will someone emerge as a new quarterback superstar? Or will be the old guard reminding everyone of who's best? 6:05 on the drive, Fox Sports 910 and your free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Make plans for the big one Sunday, February 11th in the showroom in Casino, Arizona. Win cash just for watching the big game, as this year marks Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.S., the 25th consecutive season. Doors open at 3. First come, first serve. Just be 21 or older. It's the Big Game Viewing Party with tons of cash and giveaways. See you February 11th at Casino, Arizona.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Got the urge to pick games each week? Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's Pick'em.com.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Dukes, because there's only one Dukes. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
Start learning a new language today. Go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Now back to the show, live from Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Right Toyota. 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. More sports, more Jody. The Drive with Jody Ayler, now in mornings 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
I just saw this story. TCU women's basketball has canceled their next 2 games against number 7 Kansas State and number 24 Iowa State, which is Wednesday and Saturday of next week, due to injuries.
Don't have enough eligible players.
Happen?
I don't know.
This team was 14-0. Right. Then they lost 4 straight, and that's where they are. Now they're going to have to take the 2 forfeits for the next 2 games. So the 6 straight. That is unheard of. You can't bring up some kids from somewhere?
Well, you think they'd have minimum, 12, 13, 14 girls on the team. They were calling for tryouts from the intramurals that play on campus, the intramural girls and not so much guys, but girls. I'm like you, Rock. I saw that story and went, wow. You think you have at least 12, 13, 14 gals, but I guess the last guy, their star, she blew out her ACL the other night or whatever, and she was like the last one because they were down to their last eligible players to play in that game. So now the tryouts, all the income free. If you're on a women's basketball team, you're on campus. We'd love for you to come try out for our women's basketball team if you're available. And that's what they're looking to have. They're looking to have tryouts.
They can't put 6 people on their roster.
Well, they don't have 6. They're down to
5. Get 1 sub and be good. Or
I think you've got to have at least.
You got to have.
I think at least have minimum 6 to start a game and finish a game.
That's kind of why I thought 6 would be the number.
But again, I mean, the only other time I've heard about a football season canceled was I remember our good buddy Rob Yao, I trained his son Cam Yao over at Occidental in California. His freshman year, they had so many injuries that they could not field a football team per se. I think they were down to 20, 22, and on NAIA rules or whatever, you had to have at least 30 to dress. They canceled the rest of their season. They basically canceled the program. So Cam eventually came back here and played at Phoenix College his last year, 2 years. But that was a case in football. They had maybe 35, 40 guys come out total, Occidental College in the IA over in California. Guys got hurt during the season. I think it was 4 or 5 games left. They didn't have enough guys to field technically legally from the NCAA to put a team on the football field.
That's just so unfortunate. Just some really bad luck. All right, let's get into some of the divisional sound as we get you ready for the playoffs tomorrow and Sunday. We'll start with the Lions and Bucks. Here's the quarterback off answering the doubters on how his team will handle the playoff game.
I got the question a lot prior to this past week of how will these guys handle this big game? And hey, all these guys not playing in a big game before, and I'm happy I don't have to answer that question anymore because we won a big game and these guys can handle all this. So it'll be the same thing with this week. It's another big game. It's another playoff game, and these guys have played in big games. We just won a big game last week, and we'll be ready to go.
I'm a Jared Goff fan.
I am
I
too.
just think he's a good dude.
Well, and here's the guy that took the Rams to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
There's a guy right there. A few years ago, they got beat by the Patriots. But as far as big games are concerned, look at this team this entire year, what they've done and won the big games when they had to. Everybody thinks, well, just because you go to the playoffs, it's a big game. Well, it's several big games to get to the playoffs.
Absolutely. And on the other side, Todd Bowles, the coach of Tampa Bay, on preparing his team for how loud it's going to be. As you know, as a Lion fan, these fans are going absolutely nuts. That whole state is on a roll right now, with the exception of their NBA team. But Michigan wins the national championship, and then you got Detroit winning their division and hosting playoff games. And I'm sure it's going to be loud. Here he is addressing that.
It's going to be tough. We can turn it up as loud as possible, music-wise, and have noise brought in and everything else. But Sundays are going to be at a whole nother decibel. So we're preparing for it. We got to have a few silent things ready, and the best way to do that is try to make some plays and keep them quiet.
And guys, you can do an entire game with silent count. I'm talking about, the San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy's first year at Seattle. They did the entire game on silent count because he had said it was deafening. The vibration is just so loud, but they did their entire game. So they can do silent count the entire time. And their checkoffs or their audibles have to be signals or built within the pass plays that they're going to have.
Ravens, Texans, of course, weather has been an issue. I don't think it's going to be a problem with Baltimore. You'll hear from their coach, but Houston has only played one game this season where the temperature dipped under 50 degrees and none under 40. So that is going to be interesting. Here's Harbaugh talking about how his team plans to handle the cold weather there in Baltimore.
Yeah, we'll practice it. We practiced it the last couple of weeks. It was pretty cold the last couple of weeks, a lot of wind, so that's been good for us. I kind of feel good about that. We will get out there tomorrow. I really believe we'll be able to get out there tomorrow. The field was frozen today, so we weren't able to get out there today. But tomorrow looks like we should.
Weather kickoff tomorrow should be 28 degrees.
Yeah, no thanks. Coach Ryans of Houston on C.J. Stroud's growth since week 1 for the Texans.
With CJ, where his growth is shown the most to me is just, I would say, his calm and his confidence, right? And he's looking back at the Ravens game, made some big-time plays for us in that game as well. So, he's been the same player, but I think just his demeanor and how he's grown as a leader has really, really stepped up, right, big time for us. And when we need him most, I feel like just throughout the entire season now at this moment, like he's the leader that we need him to be. He's the player that we need him to be. His demeanor, right, on the field, off the field is exactly what you want out of a starting quarterback.
Poise under pressure. That's the thing that impresses me about C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, he came from Ohio State. 49ers, Packers. Here's Manuch's star quarterback, Brock Purdy, comparing going into the playoffs this year compared to last year.
I feel like it's a little different. Just last year, still trying to find my way in a sense. I got thrown in towards the end of the year, and so every single week I was, still trying to play good and learn, who I was as a quarterback, and obviously get more familiar with playing within the system. So those are all things that were sort of on my plate last year, and then obviously trying to win every single week and get this team to the end. And so now I guess this year just being more familiar with the offense, who I am, and all that. It's a little different. But it's good to sort of, watch the games from last year and sort of remember, just the feeling and the emotions of, playing in a playoff game. It's good.
3 minutes.
It's, huge for me as a quarterback to, go back to those moments and sort of remember what it feels like. So those are things that I'm sort of banking on.
Got to be able to just see the calm amongst the storm. Last year is like drinking out of a fire hose.
Yeah.
Last year, what it sounds like, and talking to Brock in the offseason, says, look, it's now I understand what I can see. Now it's that deer in the headlights approach. But now he kind of got that game plan down, is more confident, and understands what he needs to do and what he does not need to do.
Helps to be at home as well. Here's Green Bay Packers head coach LaFleur giving advice for Jordan Love playing in the playoffs.
It felt the same to me, and my only advice to him, and it's been this way, I would say, once we hit a certain spot during the season, is just go out there and be aggressive. Trust what you see and let it rip. And I said, we're here now. You can't hold anything back. And I think he went out there and played exactly like that. And That cover
2 minutes.
zero play that he ripped that post to Wicks. I mean, that was one of those plays that just you could sit there and watch that all day long.
That's Coach. Let's move on. Last game, Bills and Chiefs. Josh Allen on facing Kansas City. The fact that he's played him quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it was very important just to get guys back in the building, working on the game plan. We've played this team once throughout this year, but really we've played them every year for the last, I think, 4 or 5 years. So I think it's two teams that are very familiar with each other. So the wrinkles that they put in, that we put in, that we adjust to, those are going to be key to winning this game. So, again, just trying to come in here and be as prepared as possible for game day.
And finally, Patrick Mahomes being away from home in a playoff game for the first time in the postseason.
I've been lucky enough to play a lot of games at home at stadium, and kind of just everything's felt that way. But now we get a great opportunity to go on the road, play in a hostile environment, one that I haven't been able to play with fans in the stands. And even though I know it's going to be hostile and there are going to be people talking trash and everything like that, I'm excited for it because, it's one of the best environments in football, and you want to do that when you grow up watching these games is play in the best environments and see what it's like.
There you go. Some sounds getting you ready for the divisional playoffs. We are going to go out to Detroit next, catch up with Jennifer Hammond. She is the post-game host for the Lions. She will join us next as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B out here at Wright Toyota.
Clear. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Cardinals made several internal moves yesterday after firing CFO Greg Lee, VP of Business Development Mikey Akinta, and Vice President of Digital Content and Creative Tim Delaney. Senior Vice President for Corporate Partnerships Steve Ryan is set to leave on his own later this offseason. Ryan spent 20 seasons with a team in total. There were 10 departures throughout various departments on the business side. Kevin Durant and the Suns are on the road to take on the Pelicans. Phoenix has won 3 straight. In college ball, the Sun Devils back tomorrow hosting USC. Looking to snap a 2-game losing streak, Arizona will entertain UCLA. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Hey, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B continue to grow as they now have their own secret football menu with special pricing at BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler. Every Sunday after 3 p.m., just ask for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B football menu and get special pricing. That's BKD's Backyard Joint, located at Pecos and the Queen in Chandler.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, Managing Attorney.
Let the experts at Level 5 Lighting, all-in-one exterior permanent LED lighting, brighten up your world. Take advantage of this month's special offer, 12 months of no-interest financing. For details, go to level5lighting.com to request a free quote. That's level5lighting.com.
A big one is almost here, and the only place year after year to watch it is in the showroom in Casino, Arizona. The team at Fox Sports 910 will be giving away the cash just for watching the big game, as this year marks our 25th consecutive season hosting the game of the year. You can win your share of all the cash prizes, as it's the return of our kickoff jackpot that will be over $3,000. Plus, you receive free $25 squares, along with a chance at winning $100 propositions. Doors open at 3, but space is limited, so it's first come, first serve. And for this year, you'll be able to wager, watch, and win with the new Casino Arizona Sportsbook. Don't be shut out. Just be 21 or older and be present in the showroom at Casino Arizona. This is the only way to watch the big game. Full-service lounges, great game menus, and tons of ways to win cash. It's Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.S. Big Game Viewing Party in the showroom at Casino Arizona.
Hi, this is Kelly Cooper.
Now picture this. You and your friends or family are gathered around a table, laughing, toasting, and sharing stories. At the Melting Pot, we're not just a restaurant, we're an experience. Are you ready to glow up your next birthday celebration? Look no further than the Melting Pot, where unforgettable moments are created and delicious memories are made. The Melting Pot is your perfect night out, where birthdays become memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, check us out online at meltingpot.com. That's meltingpot.com.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheets. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheets. Fresher than ever. The sheets. Oh, so soft fabric. Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
Have you heard about the new offer from PlumSmart? They're going to come to your home and do a free home energy efficiency report card. Now that we're past summer, PlumSmart can breathe a little bit, and they want to help you out by testing your home for leaks in your air duct. Did you know that 70% of all homes have leaks in their air duct? So if you want to get your free home energy efficiency report card from PlumSmart, go to itsjustplumsmart.com or call 480-654-8865. Tell them Jody sent you.
DraftKings Sportsbook is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code SPORTS. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code SPORTS. The crown is yours. 21 and over, Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms.
If you're talking to Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910, you're on the right Toyota phone line. Check it out for yourself at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Right Toyota.
You're hot. All right, Lions and Bucks. Many people here in the Valley of the Sun are from Michigan. A lot of people from Michigan. A lot of Lions fans. So we thought it'd be appropriate to go out to Detroit and catch up with someone that's been covering this team for many, many years. Kind of set the tone for the weekend. Jennifer Hammond joins us. She does the post game for the Lions for 97.1 The Ticket, as well as she's been on Fox 2 in Detroit for 25 plus years, and she joins us now on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix. Jennifer, it's Roc along with Manuch. Thanks so much for joining us. And how exciting is it right now for that fan base to be hosting another game here?
Can I just get a little idea? What's the temperature out there today?
72.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a little nippy here. We're single digits.
And where we're broadcasting, we're at a car dealership, and right across the street is the famous 16th hole, the Waste Management Phoenix Open, which I'm sure you've seen on television multiple times. So it's everything's set, ready to go as that tournament that brings in 1 million people or so for the week is getting underway here in a few weeks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've been there. I have been there. So actually, my sister and brother-in-law live in Mesa.
Oh, okay.
And when the Super Bowl was out in Phoenix, I think it was Super Bowl 30, was that the Cowboys and the Steelers?
Yes, it was. 96. Yep.
Stadium in Tempe. And I went to the Waste Management that weekend, and I'll tell you, I had a hell of a time. That is one rockin' place.
Yeah, and that's a long time ago. They've added a lot more to that since there. So next time through, you need to make plans to do that. So, when it comes to this fan base, there's so many people from Detroit and Michigan that live here, or even vacation there when they want to get out of this heat. They head up there in Traverse City and places like that, but. How, is it just absolutely nuts right now? I mean, is it just everywhere you go, it's Lions talk?
It's incredible. And I'll tell you something. I so appreciate everything that this fan base has gone through, because the year that I started covering the team was literally the fall after they had played in their last playoff game at home.
Oh.
And so it was really a hungry fan base. So I saw all 9 of the playoff games that this city had to endure the losses. I covered the 0-16 team. So needless to say, when Amon-Ra St. Brown caught that pass for that first down on Sunday night, and they could milk out the clock from there, it was just electric. I have never seen Ford Field go crazy like it did. And I'm sure you guys have seen all of the memes, everything on social media of the entire, 62,000 plus singing "Lose Yourself." I mean, it was just electric. It was really a night like Detroit has never seen, and they're hoping to run it back again this Sunday.
Jennifer, you look back at the year. They win the first 8 out of 10 games. You went, well, just maybe they can move forward. So the grit mantra, it's been profound since Dan Campbell get there, and I can appreciate that whatsoever. But what's been his mantra from day one that has carried over for this team to start and win 8 out of their first 10 games that has continued to carry over into the playoffs?
Yeah, and it's interesting because a lot of people think of the grit mantra as being something that's kind of a cliche or maybe organizationally manufactured. It isn't. It isn't for 1 minute. And not only is it something that Dan Campbell preaches, lives, he walks the walk, it's also Brad Holmes, the general manager. It's also Sheila Hamp, the team owner. And every single person in that organization, when they came in, they knew that a major culture shift had to take place. And that is exactly what they got down to business to do. And they wanted a type of player that had that intensity, had that never die, never quit mentality. And Dan Campbell's level of consistency and what he preaches to his team. I actually asked one of the guys last week, I said, what was memorable about Dan's pregame speech, or what does he say when he gives you guys that pregame speech? And they said, you know what, listen, it isn't just about one moment and one speech and a bunch of words that he puts together to try to motivate us. He said it starts early in the week and it goes on all week long. So it's a continual drumbeat of, and there's a saying on the wall in the practice facility that said, 2 things can happen. You can either think you're right or you can think you're wrong, and both can be true. Mm-hmm. Or you can think you can do it. Sorry, I misspoke. You can think you can do it, or you can think you can't do it, and either one will be true. So it's really a mentality of just believe and overcome adversity. And this team has really, the fact that they have not lost back-to-back games and something like 24 in a row, it just speaks to the consistency and their ability to put bad things behind. And that even narrows down to the most minute penalty or play in a game, that they can turn their backs and they can move forward and believe in themselves as a team and a connected unit. And it really is something I've never witnessed here in Detroit before with this Lions organization.
Jennifer, I always loved those post-game speeches in the locker room that they have on the NFL teams.
Yeah.
And with Dan Campbell, this was great. I mean, it's very rare, but he's passing out game balls and the whole nine. And this is what I could really appreciate. And as a former player, to give a game ball to your general manager, he went on and said, this man is instilled. He's brought this team together. He's done a phenomenal job. To give the ball to your general manager right there in the middle of the locker room is one thing. And then, without missing me, and a guy that we wanted here in Detroit turned around and gave it game ball to Jared Goff. Yeah. I thought that was class. I mean, class all the way. And to make that, to recognize your GM and a guy that everybody knows that he wanted to win that game against the Rams. I thought that was phenomenal speech at the post game.
And you know what? I really think that was the best one yet. So if you've been watching them as they go along, everyone is fantastic. And he would count up the wins as they went. That's 5. Let's get the next. That's 7. That's 10. And the Brad Holmes moment, I think what I really loved about it was, I mean, this guy was a scout. He toiled for 10 years as a scout with the Rams. And when he came to Detroit, he said, oh, yeah, we can have Jared as our quarterback. We'll take him any day. And everyone thought Goff was just a cast off in that trade. And I firmly believe if Brad Holmes wasn't part of the staff here, that he wouldn't have been, like, they curated his beginning in Detroit so carefully. And when they got Ben Johnson in there and those two collaborated to make sure that they were doing things that Jared was comfortable with, putting him in the best situation to win. And I love the way that they are just unabashed about saying Jared Goff is our quarterback. I love that guy. I have all the confidence in the world. They never wavered. Even when he made some mistakes, even in that 3-13-1 season, they had a lot of struggles early on, but they never wavered. There were no whispers. And that was the most defining part of that team, being able to move forward and talk about exercising the demons. I think for the city of Detroit, for them to get that playoff win against Matt Stafford, and also for Jared Goff, it was hugely important so that he could wake up the next day and say, okay, done. The business is finished. Let's move forward. And it was great. And I don't know if you guys saw back to Brad Holmes in the locker room after that game. He said, we went through darkness and it shaped us. And if there's anything that defines the grit of this team in a sentence, that is exactly it. And that also reverberates and echoes for the fan base and every single person in the organization, because we've seen the script where that team falls and falters in a big moment. And so far, this team is completely different.
Jennifer, our last one, and I hate to beat a dead horse from something that happened a week ago, but why did the fan base kind of really turn on Matthew Stafford and the bars, saying they would not allow a number 9 jersey in their business, stuff like that? That just, from afar, that just didn't look good.
And it's funny to me that looks bad from afar. And I know that even Darius Slay in Philadelphia said, y'all hating on Stafford and booing him, that's bad business.
1 minute.
But I'll tell you something. I think that when Matthew Stafford wanted out, people understood and they said, thank you for your service, goodbye and good luck. And then when he went to the Rams and he had an opportunity to win for the Super Bowl, they rooted like hell for him. I mean, they had T-shirts that said, Detroit Rams, and that were Stafford jerseys. This team has always loved Matthew Stafford. And I think it started as a playful sidebar. Hey, we don't need a number 9 Stafford, because I think a lot of fans were thinking, oh my gosh, I'm torn. I used to root for Matthew. How am I going to root against him? And people thought, what the hell? This is your Lions team. And we've waited, 3 decades for this moment to come. And people shouldn't be there rooting for the Rams. And I just think that kind of took on a little bit of a life of its own. And some bar owners said it. I don't think it was intended to be mean-spirited. I think it was just to kind of quell that Detroit Rams narrative that had gone on a few years ago. And so I don't think it was any way mean-spirited. I just think people, and talk radio does it too. People shouldn't be cheering Matthew Stafford. So I think, and Detroiters, let me say, we're a bit of a lunch pail mentality kind of group here. We're often overlooked and second guessed, and people don't always say nice things about Detroit. So I really think the Detroit versus everybody thing originated with the city of Detroit and the 313. And so people take things personally. And I just thought it got a little blown out of proportion. It was never mean-spirited. I don't think there was anyone booing the Stafford kids on the sideline. I mean, we've heard a lot of crazy stuff since the game last week, but I'm glad it's over. I'm glad they got the win, and now we can move on to the Bucs, but nobody better be overlooking the Bucs.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, Jennifer, thanks for jumping on with us. Appreciate you being candid about that. That was good stuff. There's so many Lion fans out here, and we understand as Cardinal fans living here as long as we have, this organization hasn't won much either. So enjoy the ride. It doesn't happen very often.
Well, we'll be out there next fall. I believe the Lions play the Cards on the road again, and so we'll come see you again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate it. It's Jennifer Hammond joining us. You can follow her on Twitter at HammerFox2. She's also does the post game for 97.1 The Ticket there in Detroit and Fox 2. So we appreciate her taking some time for us. Coming up, would you be willing to give up your smartphone for 1 month in exchange for $10,000? And there may be a hiring in the National Football League. That's next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Transaction complete. How's that credit card statement looking? Uh-oh. Not good. Don't miss your chance to win $1,000 every hour with inflation compensation at the top of the hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
This is what they do.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. At Lerner and Rowe, we pride ourselves on giving back, so we want to help you win $1,000 in cash. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Make plans for the big one Sunday, February 11th in the showroom in Casino, Arizona. Win cash just for watching the big game, as this year marks Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.S. the 25th consecutive season. Doors open at 3. First come, first served. Just be 21 or older. It's the big game viewing party with tons of cash and giveaways. See you February 11th at Casino, Arizona.
Life's a sprint. Meet G2G protein bars. Grab and go fuel for the office, links, and daily grind. Score an 8-pack at Costco or explore flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, power-packed G2G protein bars. Setting your pace.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
A will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy.
Hey, Rock.
It's peace of mind.
Do you want that cowboy sound still coming back, or would you rather set it up?
Plan to get your tax refund fast with a buck here.
All right, so I'm going to play the football at 50 open, but then I'll fire that off.
You don't have to wait weeks for your tax refund. Get money sooner with a no-fee refund advance loan at Jackson Hewitt.
On this loan, there's a money today guarantee. E-I-E-I-Do.
Don't settle for chicken feed. Jackson Hewitt today. No fee refund advance loans by Republic Bank offered to eligible clients. Money today guarantee if approved for a loan on a prepaid card. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
At Progressive, we love sports and saving you money, so we bundled them together.
Top of the 7th looks like a pitching change as they've set up for a corner kick. The two black belts have entered the mat, and the slider is low and away. He heads the ball to midfield. This is quite a kumite. Here comes the roundhouse. Has it got enough gas to get out of here? Unbelievable! They've bundled their home and auto insurance with Progressive. Kick savings pitch karate.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
Tomorrow, it's the game 49 of 50 U.S. states wants to see when not the Cowboys face not the Cowboys in the NFL divisional round. Can not the Cowboys ride the arm of not Dak Prescott against the stingy defense of not the Cowboys and not Micah Parsons? Will not coach Mike McCarthy finally give the city of not Dallas that Super Bowl ring not Jerry Jones so desperately wants? It's a game you don't want to miss because everything you hate about football, unless you live in Texas, won't be there. Not the Cowboys versus not the Cowboys. Be there because the Cowboys won't.
That's right. How about them Cowboys?
Rub a little salt in the wound.
Why not? People are giving me crap. I got a call today. What time do your Eagles play tomorrow?
Oh, they threw that at you, huh?
It's like, really, dude?
Yeah.
You know, this came from a Cardinal fan. I mean, shut up.
And you asking last time they won a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
When's the last time you won a Super Bowl?
Exactly. Some news. The Raiders are expected to hire Antonio Pierce as their head coach. This is according to Adam Schefter. He had a pretty good interim role there as he was 5-4 in 9 games. He was 3-1 in the division. So Mark Davis, the owner, said, all right, let's give him the full-time job. There's no surprise there. I think that was pretty obvious that was going to happen.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see now that it's who he wants to bring on board as his offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. He might keep a lot of the same folks there because that team is very familiar with not only his voice but the assistant coaches. So he might keep a lot of that staff in place. But I think that's a good move. They listened to him, they reacted, and I think those are some of the things the Raiders need.
Here's your Arena Sports Grill weekend schedule. Tonight, Suns at Pelicans at 6. You got some basketball, college basketball tomorrow. USC at Arizona State at noon. That's on Fox 10. UCLA at Arizona. It's at 2 o'clock on ESPN2. NHL Predators are at the Coyotes. That's at 1 o'clock, so a little matinee down there in Tempe. NFL, this is the schedule. AFC between the Texans and Ravens. That's 2:30 on ESPN. And then NFC divisional playoffs, Packers and 49ers at 6:15 on Fox. Sunday, Pacers at Suns at 6. And then the NFC, AFC, Bucks at Lions at 1 on NBC. And AFC Chiefs and Bills 4:30 on CBS. So we don't have to worry about any
crossover
streaming.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
Peacock.
Yeah, exactly.
So off-track betting, if you're into all the games with sound, great food at Arena Sports Grill. Check it out. They got daily specials every day. They open every day at 11 o'clock and close at 2 a.m. Monday through Sunday. So check that out. All right, let's get to a random fact of the day.
Throw it out there.
Yeah. Would you be willing, Manuch, to give up your smartphone for 1 month in exchange for $10,000?
Ooh. Initial reaction, probably not, because I live off that smartphone. And
$10,000.
Wow, Rock. For 1 month. Damn. No, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I mean, I know it's a lot of money, but I'm like, I rely on it too much. Got too much going on with the show, with the quarterbacks, with this, with that. I mean, it'd be I guess I could email everybody and their mother, but I don't have all the emails of everybody and this stuff. But I need that phone for business, morning, noon, and night.
So
probably not.
There's this new campaign. It's inspired by Dry January. You know what that is? Dry January. Have you heard of that term?
Never heard Dry January.
Dry January is essentially when you stop drinking for the month of January. You go dry.
Okay.
So what they're doing is they're going to give 10 people $10,000 for giving up their smartphone for the whole month. And some yogurt company came up with it because they said that the average person spends 5.4 hours on their phone each day. 5.4. Now, if you're interested, you can apply on a website. Just Google Ziggy's. That's Siggis. That's the yogurt company that's putting this on. You got till the end of the month. You'll have to write a 100 to a 500-word essay on why you need a digital detox. And the quality of that essay will factor in if you get picked. So you'll also get a 1 month prepaid flip phone to use so you're not without a phone. And you get 3 months of yogurt and a lockbox for you to put your smartphone in for the entire month.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I guess got two.
I would love it. I would absolutely love it because then I can just use the excuse. Right now, so many people get mad at me because I don't get back to them. I'm like, dude, I didn't have my smartphone. Get out of it.
I like it's a flip phone.
You know, like I called you. Well, dude, I'm sorry, dude. I got paid $10,000 to not have to answer your call.
The flip phone is just not working for me right now. I just can't get to everybody. I mean, no, as tempting as that is, no, I'd have to forego the $10,000 because everything's on there. Apps, this, that, all the stuff I do is pretty much, that's why I'm doing a check, double check to make sure I got this bad boy with me all the time. Got the power pack battery on it so it doesn't run out of power as well.
I saw this story for many of you driving around and you see those government signs, the highway signs, and they try to do the jokes like buckle up, don't drink and drive. Well, the federal government is ordering states to stop with the funny messages on the highways. You know, tailgating is for football, not highways. You know, you've seen some of those.
Why do they care?
They're claiming that they're too distracting.
Oh, my gosh.
And that they cause accidents.
You're going to get a smile out of what they put up there and it's going to distract you. I mean, you see it from about, I don't know, maybe 500 feet away you look, but you're looking up there for any kind of information you're going to have as far as there's a wreck ahead, slow down, it's slick when it rains, all that kind of stuff. So they want to just jump in there and take away a little pun once in a while. I mean, Come on, guys. Don't you have bigger fish to fry? And we're about the signage on a
exactly.
highway?
Now, the feds, they updated this 1,100-page manual.
Oh, my God.
And you have 2 years. Each state has 2 years to comply with these.
It's going to take me 2 years to read the manual. 11,000 pages. It's going to take me that long to just read what I'm supposed to do.
For those people that love the government, it's just, come on. I mean, this is ridiculous. I just don't understand it. Like, the Department of Transportation really wants to take that phone call. I think it's kind of funny when you see some of that stuff.
I think it's kind of like, okay, it's a little subtle reminder.
You always see those alerts, and you're looking for that car
Sure.
with that, with the license plate, all that kind of stuff. Those Amber Alerts. So, I mean, I don't know. There's
buckle it or get a ticket. I mean, the little saying, the quiver quips that they have. I mean, come on, folks.
Hey, coming up, we're going to hopefully, we tried him yesterday. We'll see if we get him today. Steve Tasker will join us. Kevin Rose also going to stop by. Scott's from DocSports.com. So very busy hour number 2. We're out here, Roy Toyota. Thanks for hanging out with us. Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Make plans for the big one Sunday, February 11th in the showroom in Casino, Arizona. Win cash just for watching the big game, as this year marks Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.S., the 25th consecutive season. Doors open at 3. First come, first serve. Just be 21 or older. It's the big game viewing party with tons of cash and giveaways. See you February 11th at Casino, Arizona.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings, bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Idling causes air pollution. Please turn off your vehicle when waiting in long lines like school pickups and drive-thrus. You'll save on gas and breathe cleaner air. For more information, visit maricopa.gov/AQ.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs, is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, everyone gets a no-sweat same-game parlay for every playoff game day. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code 910. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code 910. The crown is yours. 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Opt-in required. 1 no-sweat token issued per eligible day after opt-in. No-sweat bonus bet issued based on amount of losing qualifying bet. Eligibility, max reward limits, and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms.
Tests are a necessary part of life. They evaluate our ability to handle the things life throws at us. Our floors go through tests too. Pets, kids, spills, scratches, you name it, our floors deal with it. That's where LifeProof flooring comes in. Available in a wide variety of colors and styles for all areas of your home. Whether it's premium pet-proof carpet, waterproof and scratch-resistant vinyl plank, or even outdoor turf, all LifeProof flooring is designed to endure life's toughest tests. Available at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Suns on the road tonight to take on the Pelicans in New Orleans, looking for a 4th straight win. College ball, the Sun Devils are back tomorrow hosting USC, looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. 13th ranked Arizona looks to sweep the LA Schools when they host UCLA tomorrow. GCU will visit Seattle U. The Cardinals made several internal moves yesterday after firing CFO Greg Lee, VP of Business Development Mike Iaquinta, and Vice President of Digital Content and Creative Tim Delaney. Senior Vice President for Corporate Partnerships Steve Ryan is set to leave on his own later this season. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, Available everywhere on the free
I said, hey, Manuch.
Now your
He's there.
$1,000.
But just make sure we get out on time because he was asking me how long the segment was going to be.
910.
And I told him around like 11 or 12 minutes.
Sports 910.
So let's just don't go over with him.
Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for a cloudy start to the day with cloudy skies in the afternoon, a high of 75. And then tonight, temperatures dropping down to the upper 40s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by E.D. Marshall Jewelers.
Don't sell your jewelry for scrap. At E.D. Marshall Jewelers, we need your fine jewelry, watches, and coins, and we'll pay the highest possible prices. Find us online at edmarshallbuys.com. Our new store hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The following is a paid program.
If you're talking to Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910, you're on the right Toyota phone line. Check it out for yourself at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Right Toyota.
I think you can pull a little bit, but again, they're watching film too. They're making adjustments too, and they're a really, really good football team, extremely well coached, and they got players on their defense especially that can make some really good plays, and they can take games over. So, it's going to take 11 guys on the offensive side of the ball, on the defensive side of the ball, and on the special team side of the ball. So it's going to be a complete game that we're going to have to play.
Talking some Buffalo Bills, Roc and Manuch with you today here, hour number 2. Joining us now on the Right Toyota guest line, former Buffalo Bill, All-Pro. Always nice enough to give us time when we're talking Bills. Maybe it's because Manuch is a former Bill, and we have that one line of communication.
We got that connection
with Steve Tasker joins us now. How you doing, Steve? Roc and Manuch, what's going on?
Doing good, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thank you. We saw out there that just a couple hours ago the email went out, the tweet that you need people to shovel some snow. So a lot of people show up for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I saw pictures. Some of the local guys were out there. There's it looked like 300 or 400 people showed up.
Jeez.
Yeah. So they couldn't show up. They couldn't show up for the Monday night game because there was a travel ban and nobody could get out of their house. So they had to just rely on the people who were close enough to walk over, This time they put the call out, and seriously, there was a line of a couple hundred people waiting to get in to shovel. So they're getting it done too. We had our show, and we showed the live shot of the stadium, and it's just like a pie chart. They're starting to clear out section at a time, and it's going to be a much different atmosphere than it was on Monday night.
Steve, let's go back to last week and playing there. I remember only one time, it was a Friday before we played Denver. Fortunately, the whiteout was on a Friday, so the gang, everybody had 2 days to get us ready for the game on Sunday. By the way, the Broncos had to go land in Niagara Falls because of the blizzard. But I mean, what happened last week was just incredible. It's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. Describe that game in reference, like you said, people getting there. And then once things got cleared off, it seemed like business as usual. But, I mean, talk about helter-skelter to another level back there.
Yeah, it was you'd like to say it's once in a lifetime, but I think this is the third time in 14 months that we've had one like this. We've had, 2 games moved. And it was – it's a lake effect snow is a different phenomenon. I know when people say lake effect snow, some people think they know what it means. It's a weather phenomenon that is unique to the Great Lakes here in the United States. You'll get a band of snow that is absolutely it's mind-boggling how much snow can fall in such a short time, and then a few miles away there will be no snow. It's a phenomenon that is absolutely phenomenal to watch and to kind of get your mind around and see it happen and to be inside that band. It happened. It couldn't have happened at a worse time. It was absolutely right as the game should have been kicking off on Sunday afternoon. And it doesn't have to do. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's an outdoor stadium. Even a domed stadium, you couldn't have gotten to the stadium to play the game. That's the point. It's not about having a field that's clear or anything like that, or the stadium or the stands that were clear. It's about being able to travel on the road. They couldn't keep, and this is a town that knows how to move some snow. And they couldn't keep up with it. You can't get the roads open so people can get to the game, even the players and the coaches and the staff. So they had to move the game back a day and give them a chance to get the roads open and get people into the stadium, and they finally were able to do it. It's an all hands on deck kind of atmosphere here when this kind of stuff happens, and they handle it about as well as you can.
Steve Tasker joining us here, Fox Sports 910. I'm hearing this pit that the Bills Mafia has been sacrificing themselves, jumping into this pit. What is this pit that they're talking about?
Here's what happened. So if you want, when at the very beginning of the season, they've started to build the new stadium here in Buffalo. It's going to be a masterpiece. It's going to be awesome, right? Brand new stadium. And of course, they'd start by digging a pit for the foundations. It's like 34 feet deep or something. And it's this huge round, stadium shaped circle. And somebody early in the season had a bender, and it wasn't just alcohol. It was they listed like 4 psychedelic drugs this guy was on, plus medications, and he ends up naked in the bottom of this pit, right? And they rescue him. He's in the hospital. He has no idea how he got there, and all of that stuff. And then word gets out that every home game, somebody goes over to kind of check it out, and he hops there's a huge fence around it, right? Well, they jump the gate or go in, and they end up falling into this stinking hole or going down in there and trespassing, right? So just going down and walking around and looking around is now starting to count like somebody jumped in the pit, right? So now it's this big ceremony that somebody's got to be sacrificed to this pit so that the Bills can continue on this run that's happened over the last month and a half. So it's funny. It's not real, but it's pretty funny. And social media, and you know how that is. Nothing gets carried away on social media. Right?
No.
In
the fact, Steve, you guys have won 6 straight since it started. So that helps, I'm sure.
Right. Right. And people are running with it. And actually it was a big story when the first guy that went in, the shape he was in, he'd gotten turned upside down in a porta-john. Oh man. And so you can imagine he was covered in everything you can imagine. And he was buck naked and delirious in the bottom of this pit, and it climbed out and then fell in again. And so that's where the legend started.
And Steve, as Rock alluded to, you guys win your last 5 in a row. You win 6 out of the last 7, and you win out of teams that are playoff bound. And I remember every week it was do or die, do or die, do or die. So I just thought when this team got to the playoff, they were already battle tested. They've been in the tournament technically for it seems like the last 5 weeks. Has that been pretty much the godsend per se to propel this team to be battle tested as much as they are right now?
Well, no question. You guys know, you know this. It's great, works, and motivating stuff, but there's only so much gas in the tank. You've only got so many reps in your body, and when you get into the tournament, playing 7 or 8 or 10, 9, it would be 9 playoff games to get to the Super Bowl. That takes a toll, and the question is, can they keep the energy up? Can they keep executing at a high level for that long? It's a long stretch to keep going, but certainly at this point, they've evolved from where they were early in the season as well. So that, when they changed
I would get them out.
They began to get contributions from guys who had not had that chance to contribute. And that continues to be the case. It's not just Josh Allen said this year. There's a ton of guys getting in it. And that's really helping in this run.
Steve, we're really having trouble with the cell phone connection. We're going to have to try to reset here. We did not hear what he just said. So that Chris will try to get him back on. But maybe it's starting to snow again out there. You said they're going to get some snow tonight,
they're supposed to get another foot tonight. And as he mentioned, the tweets out there showing the folks out there with about, 300-400 people out there and shoving away. And I think what Steve was alluding to there is, sometimes you get on a roll, you have to win. It can either inspire you or wear you out, because that tournament, you think about those last 5 wins in a row, they had to. And then they barely beat Miami, from that particular standpoint. So, those are just some of the things. We got him back there, Shu?
No.
Okay.
All right. So I appreciate his time. That was good to get Steve Taster for a few minutes. I really want to find more about this pit because, I saw the story.
Oh, in Buffalo.
Yeah, that the Bills Mafia just kind of went nuts on this. And it was TikTok that started it all. And when it first started, it started on December 10th when they beat Kansas City, ironically. So they've won 6 straight since then. So Bills fans just going nuts. But I guess some sources have said there that there hasn't been any injuries, though. Hasn't been any injuries, despite the fact that these people are basically throwing themselves into this giant pit.
Well, it's probably safer than throwing themselves on tables that they do before the games. It's another one of their traditions is the table jumping, and they jump on the table at their tailgate parties, and they break this table. So maybe the pit is a softer dirt. But, I mean, just think about the superstitions that abound in these games, Rock. No matter what, if we're buying for a World Series or a Super Bowl or whatever it is, people are like, well, we got to go do the pit. You know, they're undefeated since Kansas City. We're on a roll, and we're going to just continue on. And they will continue on in the pit. And I can imagine the security guys going, okay, guys, let's just keep this to a minimum. Because those guys are guarding this fenced enclosure where they're going to put the brand new stadium. He said 34, 40 feet. It might be 50, 60 feet deep. When you see those big holes before they start building on their stadiums and putting their holdings into the ground for these stadiums.
Hey, this hour is brought to you by the Big Game Viewing Party. So make plans to join us on Sunday, February 11th. There's a big game on that day, and we will be in the showroom. That's where it all started 25 years ago in the showroom at Casino Arizona, 101 in McKellips. And we'll have the game and the cash giveaways, and you could win cash just for watching football. And we are not charging at the door, which we did last year at Talking Stick. We're not doing that this year. You had to buy a ticket last year. So this year it's free, and you get issued squares when you walk in. So those are free. You get an opportunity to win $100 on the props that we have in the game. We just pull a name after each prop. So the first rushing touchdown, I'll pull a name, $100. And then we have the kickoff jackpot. After every kickoff, we pull a name, and you get $1 a yard. If they run it back for the touchdown, you get that jackpot, which starts at $3,000. Now, if it doesn't hit, there's no kickbacks for touchdowns. Then we'll just pull whatever money is left over. So say if there's $3,500, we'll pull out $3,500 bills, and we'll give those away as well. So make plans to join us. It's our 25th year partnering with Casino Arizona. Again, it's a free admission. You got to have your Salt River rewards card. Used to be called the Players Reward Card, and doors open at 3:00. So, but if you want to win a $50 gift card right now, you can challenge the counselor, Kevin Rowe, for our weekly Learner and Rowe over-under contest. As we today, total combined rushing yards between the Ravens and Texans is 225. Total TD passes combined in the Packers-49ers game, over under 5. Total passing yards in the Lions-Bucks game is over under 550, and we need the winner and score the Chiefs and Bills. We'll take the fifth caller at 602-260-9191. That's 260-9191. That's all coming up next. This is Fox Sports 910.
Monday on the Drive, will the quarterback hierarchy continue to be flipped upside down in the playoffs? Will someone emerge as a new quarterback superstar? Or will be the old guard reminding everyone of who's best? 6:05 on the Drive, Fox Sports 910 and your free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Whether your favorite team is in the playoffs or not, you always win when you order pickup or delivery from Venezia's Pizzeria for your football party. Venezia's, using family recipes to make the famous Venezia's pizza dough and sauces from scratch, giving you that authentic Italian taste. Venezia's will please everyone at your football party with pizza, wings, and other fan favorites. Vegan options, too. That's Venezia's, your football party favorite. 6 Valley locations. Order now at venezias.com.
A homeowner just like you decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the back side of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial, state48roofing.com.
Arizona's largest locally owned A-plus BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at wrighttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out wrighttoyota.com.
Jackson Hewitt has a plan to get your tax refund fast. With a buck here, buck there. Here a buck, there a buck, everywhere a buck.
You don't have to wait weeks for your tax refund. Get money sooner with a no-fee refund advance loan at Jackson Hewitt.
On this loan, there's a money today guarantee. E-I-E-I-Do.
Don't settle for chicken feed. Get fast bucks at Jackson Hewitt today. No-fee refund advance loans by Republic Bank offered to eligible clients. Money today guarantee if approved for a loan on a prepaid card. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard. Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard. It's perfect.
Start learning a new language today. Go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Time to challenge the defender. Attorney Kevin Rowe from Arizona's top full-service law firm, Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. At Lerner and Rowe, no fees unless you win. Now, Counselor Kevin Rowe with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports.
You're hot. How's your Friday going there, Counselor?
Hey, Rock, let me tell you, there's never a bad day in Miami. Currently in Miami for the National Trial Lawyers Convention with 12 of our top lawyers that we brought out here to do the convention. So although it's cloudy and a little rainy, there's never a bad day in Miami.
Wow. I can't tell you last time I was in Miami. It's been forever. Is the nightlife like they say it is?
How would I know?
Oh, whatever.
I'm an old guy. I'm in bed by 8:30.
No, yeah, okay.
No South Beach for you, right, sir, Counselor?
So here you are.
8:30, 9 o'clock.
All right, here you are at some big lawyer convention, and the lawyers tend to suit up. And I've never seen you wear a tie. Only once is when you got married. So, what do you bring it? Do you even bring a jacket to one of these functions?
Rock, you've known me for a long time. Do you think for a second that I'd be wearing a suit to some convention?
No, I don't.
No. I got a hat on. I got a hoodie on. I got my shorts. I go to my classes. I take some notes. I actually spoke at one of the classes. So it's a good time to collaborate with lawyers all across the nation. And we've been doing this for about 10 years, and we've made it, like I said, we've made it one of these things that like a little bonus to the lawyers in our firm that have had a really great year and have really done well with clients, that we offer them to come out and bring their significant other to come on out and enjoy 4 days. Of course, first couple days are classes, but typically there's great weather.
Yeah.
Miami weather, if you know it at all, it comes and goes. It's cloudy right now. It rained a little bit earlier, but it was sunny all morning.
Well, that's good.
The Atlantic at 75 degrees, you can't beat that. If you're an a West Coast kid like me, 60 degrees is where we're used to. 75 Atlantic Ocean is very nice.
Wow. So you going out to do some body surfing? You and Glenn do a little body surfing out there?
I should take a picture. I wish I would. I take a picture of what it looks like right now. They're little ripples. It's like I'm at a lake. I mean, ripples coming into the shore. The big highlight earlier today, Rock, is we found out that you shouldn't be playing with these jelly-looking blue jelly creatures that come up on the shore. They're actually Portuguese man-o-wars.
Dude.
So one of our lawyers' wives had no idea about playing with them.
Oh no,
dude, those jellyfish.
Nothing happened.
Oh, good,
but
good.
I've been stung by them. I grew up on the Jersey Shore, and those things are horrible, and they sting you, and they're the worst, and they're everywhere. You can't. I mean, they're everywhere. It's horrible. Everybody makes fun of they're like, oh, there's all kinds of needles and stuff.
Sure.
And no, it's that's not
legit.
That's it's jellyfish. All right, Kev, let's do
they're
this.
crazy. Those long tentacles.
Yes, they do. Absolutely. Oh, I don't miss that. All right, here we go. You're competing against Ed in Glendale, so we got his stuff in. So Shu will help us out there. So, all right, first one, total combined rushing yards between the Ravens and Texans. The over-under has been set by Manuch at 225.
And by the way, Kevin Rowe let me know last week after the game that he won, I think, every category last week. With the rushing with the Bills and Steelers, he got that, 250, over 2 sacks in that Rams game, and over 350 yards passing. Counselor, you had the quadfecta last week. I mean, stay hot there, big fella.
Rock thinks I'm bad. He thinks I don't know what I'm doing.
No.
So I don't even bother texting him. I just text Manuch because he knows. He knows truly that I'm a savant when it comes to these things.
No,
Sorry,
I know
man.
that, Kev. I don't want to get your head any bigger than, because here I'm the one who has to send out the gift cards. So I know how many times you win and how many you lose because it comes out of my pocket, not Manuch's. So I know. So I keep winning, my friend.
All right, so back to the Ravens.
Yes, Ravens, Texans.
So I really, I think C.J. Stroud is quite possibly my second favorite quarterback. Number one being Brock Purdy.
Yes,
and they're both a lot alike. They give praise to the Lord, God-fearing men, which I love and adore. They're just great kids that go out there and really study the game and read the game. So to be honest with you, I'm really shooting for CJ. And they have great talent, and they've done a great job this year. But going against the Ravens at home, I think it's going to be a tough game. So what is it, 225?
Yeah, 225, over under 225 rushing.
Yeah, and that's including Lamar rushing?
Yeah.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. You know what? I'm fighting this. I really want to go over, but I'm going to take the under.
All right.
I'm going to take the under.
All right, Sure. What's Ed got?
Ed's taking the over.
Okay. All right. Speaking of Brock Purdy and Jordan Love, total touchdown passes combined in the Packers 49ers game will be over under 5. Over or under 5.
Yes. That's a big number. And I'm sitting there thinking, I can see Brock doing 3 or 4, and then I can see Love. I mean, coming off the game that he just did against Dallas, oh, man, this could be a high-scoring game. And then, there could be heavy rain that could change a lot of this stuff that's going on. I think Brock, I think Manuch and I were sharing some texts back and forth, and I don't know what's going on, but he's getting the short end of the stick in the NFL media. And that's just more fuel for him.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I think Brock himself, if we have good weather, but regardless, he can hit the short passes, he can hit the long passes, a lot of weapons. I'm going with Brock to have 3 or more. So I think it's going to be a great game. I'm going to take the over.
Okay.
I think they're going over. Both these kids like to throw.
All right, Shu, what's Ed got?
The over as well.
Okay. Total passing yards combined in the Lions-Bucks game will be over under 550. Total passing yards, 550, Lions-Bucks.
Indoor game, Counselor.
Indoor game. And this is one of these games, too, that you have 2 quarterbacks. Detroit hasn't been here in, 32 years. And then you have Baker making a comeback surgence. I'm kind of rooting for them both.
Yeah.
And I think they both will throw the ball, and they'll throw the ball a lot. 550, I'm going with the over.
Okay. All right. Shu?
Ed is on the under.
On the under side.
Look at this.
All right.
Interesting.
Last one. Winner score of the Chiefs-Bills game. So kickoff might be about 20 plus or minus. Snow will be gone off the field because there's about 500 people over there right now shoveling snow out of the stands. But another storm coming tonight up to
3 minutes.
12 inches of snow is being predicted for tonight.
Tonight, yeah. So I think I saw game time about 21 degrees.
Yep.
Here's the thing. I like both these teams. I've talked about it all year on show with you guys that Josh Allen's my quarterback, and he's good for one pick a game, but I really like the way he plays. The guy's intense.
I'm a Chiefs fan. I just got done watching the Kelsey documentary. Yes, it's about Jason. I know, Rock, you're Philly. But Travis is in it as well, too. And then you got the biggest factor of them all. No one really talks about. Oh, yeah, no, NFL TV does. You got the Taylor factor. It's going to be there.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on.
Swifties.
So I know. I love you guys. You're like, oh, yeah. That's
We
good.
know.
We know. I'm thinking it's going to be a tough one, and the Chiefs have taken the 2 postseason games that they played before, and I think they're going to do it again. I know. I fight back and forth on who should win this game. Bills have been on a roll, been closing hard, but I think the Chiefs are going to pull something out here, and it's going to be around 31-27. Late game.
Okay. All right.
Chiefs.
Shu, what's Ed got?
So before I give Ed's pick, because I'm sitting back here and I'm going to speak for Ed here. Ed didn't tell me to say this, but I'm going to speak for him. We just went through this whole segment. Kevin loves C.J. Stroud. He loves Jordan Love. He loves Brock Purdy. He loves the Lions. He loves the Bucs. He also loves the Chiefs and the Bills. Is there anything in football that you don't love, Kevin? Okay, with that being said, Ed is taking the Bills to win a close one, 24-20.
Don't you just love that, counselor? Don't you just love that?
I love that.
Yeah.
I do love that. We got a lot of things. We went opposite this week. This could be an interesting week to see if Ed gets himself a gift card. Good luck, Ed.
little shot, little bravado.
Yeah. Well, we love you, Kevin. Have fun at South Beach, and we're a little jealous, but it is 75, 74 degrees today here, so we finally got a break, and it's supposed to be like that tomorrow as well.
So have a lovely day, Kevin.
Yes, enjoy that rain.
All right, guys. Always great talking to you, and have a great weekend.
You too. That's Kevin Rowe joining us, Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. We all know the drill, and they are great partners of ours. They have been voted the best personal injury law firm again. You can check them out at lernerandrowe.com. So appreciate Kevin with his picks. We are going to go to Las Vegas next, and we'll catch up with a professional sports handicap. Spreitzer, he'll break down the divisional weekend for us. You listen to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B live from Wright Toyota here on Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Suns are currently riding a 3-game winning streak. They're on the road today to meet the Pelicans in New Orleans. Both teams have been playing extremely well of late. Each has won 8 of their last 11. Arizona announcing that Kenny Lofton will be inducted into the school's basketball Ring of Honor. Lofton, of course, went on to a 17-year Major League Baseball career. Also being inducted, Benedict Mathurin and Christian Coloco. The Wildcats will host UCLA tomorrow afternoon at the McHale Center. Arizona State is home for USC. The Coyotes also in action tomorrow afternoon. They'll host Nashville. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the scenic views stick around after the sun sets, and your favorite cocktails keep you company long after overtime. Where else can you unwind with bourbon and late-night bites? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein. So keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Recently, Lerner & Rowe was named the 2nd most influential law firm in the United States. Although we have offices in other parts of the country, Glenn and I both live here and raise our families here. We are your local law firm. No other law firm in the state comes close to the experience, reputation, and results as Lerner & Rowe. When you're hurt in a wreck and need a check, call the law firm that can get you the results you need. Call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
At Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. There's something that binds us all, the collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the Cobra Dark Speed Driver. Engineered with advanced aerodynamics, power bridge technology, and a large hot face for more speed and consistency. Visit us in store for a free custom fitting at Vans Golf Shops or shop us online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
When we make your meal, this is where we start. Traditional old world recipes passed down through generations. But then we add some modern flair and spice up your Italian dining with contemporary flavor combinations. The result, the perfect fusion of new and old world traditions, and a meal you'll never forget.
Favorite vegetable?
By the comfort and cuisine of a Brooklyn-style
Corn?
Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar is located at the southeast corner of Loop 101.
Corn's versatile. Can go with a lot of different things.
Tune in Saturday.
Could have it with a burger. Could have it with a steak. Could have it with like
The Golf Show
ribs.
Presented by Pigs. Play your best. The Backspin Boys take you inside the ropes every week with guests and great debates on the game. Backspin the Golf Show on Fox Sports 910.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheets. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheets. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric. Ooh la la.
Scott is there.
It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
DraftKings Sportsbook is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code SPORTS. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code SPORTS. The crown is yours. 21 and over, Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Now, sports gamblers, Scott Spreitzer, one of the leaders and most trusted names in the country. Nobody watches and studies games more than he does. From DocSports.com, here's Scott Spreitzer exclusively on with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
You're hot.
All right, Scott joins us as he does every week. We're always nice enough to get his time. We'll do all 4 games this weekend. How you making out today, Scott?
Doing all right, guys. How's it going, man?
Doing
Can't
good.
wait for the weekend.
Yeah, we're ready to go. Let's start with the Texans and Ravens. Of course, the Texans coming off their big rout over the Browns. Ravens have been sitting tight with the best record in the NFL, just sitting there ready to go. How much do you play into a team coming off a bye week during the playoffs?
Yeah, it kind of depends. I mean, a coach like Harbaugh, who's been there before and he's won a Super Bowl, I think, he knows what he's doing. He knows what it's taken for him to get to that point. And so for an experienced coach like that in the NFL, I think whatever he's doing is what's right for the team. He's been there and he knows what it takes for the players to get there. But the big thing that I keep hearing from people who are anti-Baltimore this week is, the fact that Lamar Jackson hasn't done well in the playoffs. And I'm not even paying attention to that. He hasn't been in a playoff game in 3 years, and he's only been in 4 in his entire career. So I kind of look and throw that aside, and I start looking more into what he's done this year and what he's got around him. And guys, that offense is clicking. I mean, it's worth noting the last time Houston faced a defense rated higher than 14th in yards per play allowed was week 1. And that, by the way, was Baltimore. And of course, Baltimore whipped the Texans 25-9. And I know it was a situation where C.J. Stroud was playing in his very first NFL game. But I think that says a lot. As much as I'm a DeMeco Ryans fan, I like Matt Burke, big C.J. Stroud fan. How could you not be? The bottom line is they went their final 16 weeks of the regular season playing teams that were 15th or worse in yards per play on offense. So that defense has had some breaks. And, Flacco was a nice story, but, he is what he is. And at this point, he throws a lot of interceptions, and that's what happened last week. But I went back and I looked and I thought, okay, last 11 times Baltimore's faced a good passing team, which in metrics and all that, it's considered to be 61% completion rate or better. They've won by an average score of 30-13. And this year's opponents at quarterback going up against Baltimore finished the season with a 74 passer rating. They really clamped down on these guys. So I'm going to back Baltimore here. As much as I like Stroud, I think he's going to struggle in this particular game.
Well, that's a big number. Is it currently at -9.5? Is that where it's at right now?
Yeah, just about everywhere it has 9.5. I haven't seen any 10s yet. I've seen a few 9s, but mostly 9.5.
All right, speaking of 9.5, Packers at the Niners. The Packers getting 9.5. That's the late game on Saturday. Just seeing how you're shaking it out, and as Rock alluded to, when you look at the last time the starters, a majority of them with the 49ers have played, it's almost been about close to 3 weeks, plus or minus. But we found out yesterday from Greg Papa, the play-by-play voice, Shanahan's been getting after it pretty good, at least 2 or 3 times, just to kind of hopefully keep him sharp. So which way you leaning here with a hot team, or should say a hot Packers team, smoking, who I thought was a lock, the Cowboys last week?
Oh, my gosh, that was crazy last week, watching how badly Dallas was prepared from the start of that game and throughout the contest. And then, they mentioned it. I think the announcers did a good job of talking about it early on when they were saying that there looks to be a problem between CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, like something had happened before the game or something. But they caught a bit of a break there. Dallas was completely just non-existent in that football game. This particular game, and by the way, this one has gone to 10 in a couple of books. Most of them have 9.5, but a couple of 10s have popped up over the last hour or so. I'm actually looking at the over here as long as it's not windy. It's supposed to rain during the course of this game, but I don't mind that as long as it's not windy. But you look at the Pack, I mean, they went 4 for 4 in the red zone. Jordan Love has been outstanding under Matt LaFleur and Adam Stinovich, and, he's flourished. But they're 7-0 to the over on the road against the NFC this season. They're 8-0 to the over off a straight-up win as an underdog this season and last. And their team averages 32.4 points per game in that situation that I mentioned, which was against NFC teams. 32.5 points per game. They give up 26 a game in that second number that I gave you, which was the 8-0 overrun off a straight-up win as an underdog. They've given up 26 points per game in that spot. So you got that working for the over. And then, of course, the Packers defense, they gave up 30 or more points in 3 of their last 5 games. And the Niners lead the NFL in points per drive, 2.7. That's a big advantage that they have over a lot of football teams. They finish second in total yards per game, 4th in passing yards, 3rd in both rushing and points per game. I think this game goes over. I would suggest people wait and see what the wind gusts are going to be like on Saturday. For instance, it's not bad today. But if the wind isn't gusting too badly, I think this sails over the total.
All right, let's get to the next one here on the docket. The Bucks and the Lions, the battle between Baker Mayfield and Jared Goff. Just think, both of these guys were ditched by their original teams after being selected number 1 overall. Now they got new homes, and now they're going back to the postseason. How you like this one? We just talked to somebody from Detroit, and that fan base is going absolutely nuts.
Oh, I bet, man. That's got to be a crazy scene, right now, right through the kickoff time and through the game. I don't mean this metric-wise or statistically, but the Buccaneers, to me, continue to be one of the luckiest teams this season in the fact that they've caught opponents at their worst times over and over, or they've caught teams where their quarterback has been banged up, just the right spot week after week. And we saw it again last week. The Eagles never took care of whatever was bogging this team down the last 6 or 7 weeks, and they looked bad. They looked bad from the start. They looked like they almost mailed it in. And despite the fact that they played as badly as they did and looked like they had packed it in, it was still just a 16-9 game with about 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. And if you look at what Baker Mayfield did up to that point, he was 13 for 27. So he's getting a lot of praise right now, but he really didn't start connecting on his passes until Philly made a couple more mistakes, late third, early fourth, and then it became a non-pressure situation, and he was able to clean up over those final, I'd say, 12 to 13 minutes of game time. But I look at Detroit here, 9-0 against the spread this year and last in the second half of the season when that team gives up 5.65 yards per play. So I went back, second half of this season, Tampa has given up almost 6 yards per play, and that includes 2 games against Bryce Young, games against Desmond Ridder and Gardner Minshew, and yet they were giving up about 6 yards per play. Goff, and he's on this team, he's got 4 players on this team that have at least 10 touchdowns this season each. I just think Detroit runs away with this one, guys.
All right, last but not least, the Chiefs in Orchard Park at Buffalo -3. Scott, would you say this is basically a pick 'em after it's all said and done?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, this to me was the hardest game to handicap. Buffalo's won 6 in a row. I love what they did since they made the change at offensive coordinator because they've been more, ground game based. They're averaging 154 rushing yards per game in the last 6 games and on 4.3 yards per carry, and they're averaging 36 carries per game since that change. And I think what that does is it helps Josh Allen kind of stay under control. He doesn't feel that need to throw that desperation pass when they're running the football. And you can run on KC. The thing that bothers me about the Chiefs, guys, and I'll make it real quick, I had them last week, and I got the win, but I was really disappointed in their red zone success or non-success once again. They kept getting in the red zone. They kept kicking field goals, and that's been what they've done all season long. So a little bit concerned here if you're a Chiefs fan. I don't think they've got it figured out once they get inside the opponent's 20. I think Buffalo finds a way to win, but I think this was the toughest handicap of the 4 games this weekend.
Scott, good luck this weekend. Thanks for the input. We always appreciate it.
Take care, guys. Good luck.
Scott Spreitzer joining us. You can follow him on Twitter at Scott Wins, part of DocSports.com. Hey, I want to tell you about G2G protein bars. Now, listen, if you haven't tried them yet, you're missing out. This is not your average, stale, off-the-shelf protein bar. I'm telling you, they are fantastic. They have 8 flavors. My personal favorite is the peanut butter banana chocolate. Let me say that again. Peanut butter banana chocolate. Who cannot like that? What makes these bars so delicious is they're fresh, no preservatives, and they're stored in the refrigerator. Yeah, they're in a refrigerator, and you can pack one in your lunch, your golf bag. It's a great way to get some solid protein and healthy fats into your diet. So check them out in the refrigerated section at Costco. Yes, they're at Costco, and they're on sale at Costco right now. Less than $2 a bar. I want to say it's like $1.40, $1.45 for a bar. That's pretty good. G2gbar.com is a website. Check it out. Get one today. G2gbar.com. Coming up, football at 50 and our locks for the weekend as you are locked on Fox Sports 910.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
At Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, there's something that binds us all. The collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the Cobra Dark Speed Driver. Engineered with advanced aerodynamics, power bridge technology, and a large hot face for more speed and consistency. Visit us in store for a free custom fitting at Van's Golf Shops or shop us online at Worldwide golf.com. Get there.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner and Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
The triple-digit heat is finally gone, and that's something really worth celebrating. Why don't you celebrate with Plum Smart? Right now, they're offering a free heating and AC system tune-up plus free water heater flush. It's their way of saying thank you to all their radio listeners and welcoming back the winter visitors. So if you want a free heating and AC system tune-up plus free water heater flush, book your service today at itsjustplumsmart.com. That's itsjustplumsmart.com, because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Start learning a new language today at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at WrightToyota.com.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
All right, sources are saying that the LA or the Las Vegas Raiders are working to finalize a deal to hire Antonio Pierce as their next head coach. The Raiders made him their interim head coach on Halloween after firing Josh McDaniels. I'm sure we'll see Josh McDaniels possibly in Atlanta if the Bill Belichick
good call there, Rock.
Well, that was pretty obvious.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think.
Attaboy, Rock.
Yeah, man.
Captain Obvious moment of the day.
All right, job, Rock. Okay, what a bold prediction on a Friday. Way to go. Football Friday, bold prediction. Josh McDaniels, next offensive coordinator if Bill Belichick's in Atlanta. Great
job.
job.
Real tough to figure out that one, but I don't know.
Could have had a V8.
Yeah, but anyway, so there is your quick football 50. By the way, on this day, 2002, the Tuck Rule game, the AFC divisional playoff game between the Raiders and the Patriots. It was under 2 minutes to play. Patriots were trailing the Raiders 13-10, and it was a huge snowstorm.
Sure was.
When Tom Brady fumbled, and it was ruled an incomplete pass. Pats go on to win in overtime, 16-30.
Okay, I had never, ever heard of a Tuck Rule in my entire life of playing professional football, college football. I've never even heard the rule. I didn't know that existed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on page 95, A-122, the Tuck Rule, and to explain that, look, that was a fumble. I mean, from that standpoint, Raiders should have got the ball. To this day, Raider fans have got heartburn over that Tuck Rule because that's when those Patriots went on to win their first Super Bowl, actually their second Super Bowl under one Tom Brady. And they cleared the snow out for one Adam Vinatieri to win that game in overtime.
Yeah. Football 50 sponsored this hour by Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Patio in Phoenix. Family pizza restaurant, great food, dine in, take out. Great for catering, Upper Crust Pizza Patio and Wine Bar at Cave Creek Road and the 101 next to Costco, uppercrustwinebar.com. All right, our locks of the week, Jax.
Yeah, just like the underdogs yesterday, the locks from last Friday. Only one who got the underdog and lock.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Chris Schubert back in our radio studios. He's now 8-7-1. He had the Chiefs minus 4.5. However, we have a three-way tie at the top. 13, 14, and 2, Mr. Manuch. 13 and 15, myself and Rock. We all did not get our locks, but with just a couple weeks left, someone's got to come on top. Kick us off, Rock.
All right. I am going to play the Ravens over the Texans. And the reason why is the weather. Houston has only played one game this season where the temperature dipped under 50 degrees and not one game under 40 degrees. So that is my rationale to try to get back on the winning ways again, and that is my lock of the week.
My
My
lock's going to be the 49ers.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No way.
No.
Shocker.
What?
Yeah.
Well, hold on, Manuch. No, we've got stuff for this.
Yeah.
I need to get the music out of the way. Let me get the breaking news sounder. Go ahead, Manuch.
Ready?
Make your pick.
Sure. This is a stretch for me now. I'm going to go out there on the limb. 49ers lock over the Packers, minus 9.5. And reason being,
Brock Purdy.
Well, Brock Purdy aside. And then you got everybody's completely healthy. Christian McCaffrey. Everybody is rested, healthy. And
Ayuk.
Exactly. And then on top of that, the defense getting a couple of their stalwarts back. Eric Armstead is back. Drake Greenlaw.
You don't need to read the roster.
We get it.
We get it.
But here's the reason.
Jeez.
They're going to stop the running game, shut the running game of the Packers, put the pressure on Jordan Love that come from all angles, and then the freshness, the motion offense up and down the field is going to go ahead and get after this Green Bay Packers team.
Guys, what's the over-under on interceptions by Brock Purdy this weekend?
I think it's just 0.5.
It's only 0.5?
It's only 0.5.
Yeah, really? It's low.
Every quarterback, they usually do 0.5.
Okay.
Yeah, and if he gets an interception, it's plus money, and I think if he doesn't, I could be wrong.
So take the over?
Take the over.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. We'll see.
All right, Jax, what do you got?
I'm going to go Lions minus 6.5. I think this is the breakout game for the Lions. I think the Buccaneers are a little too overrated. They're feeling themselves right now. Jared Goff is dialed. Give me the Lions in this one.
It's a breakout game when you're in the playoffs?
Yeah.
None of the games this year have been breakout games for Detroit. I think every game
could have been worded differently there. Yeah.
All right,
I was
Stu.
waiting for the answer.
Stu, help your boy out. Help your boy
That
out,
was tough.
Stu.
That was tough. So when I make my selection on Fridays, I normally will throw it in there, and then I listen, and I have a backup one ready to go because when we have Scott Spreitzer on, I go, if Scott is just completely the other way for me on a game, I feel like, okay, I've missed something here, and so I'll make a pivot. So I put in the document this morning, Lions minus 6.5 against the Bucs. And then Scott comes on the show in the last segment and just heaps all this praise on the Lions. They're going to run away with it. The Bucs have been lucky. They played all of these teams at great times. They're not playing the Lions at a great time. Makes me feel even better about my selection. This Lions magical playoff run continues. They win the football game. And based on my pick last week, we've got an NFC North showdown in the NFC Championship game. The Lions hosting another playoff game after they win this weekend.
Wow. So Lions and Packers?
Shoe.
That's what I picked. That's what I picked yesterday. I said not only the Packers going to cover, but they're going to win. So for my underdogs, and I got the Lions winning today, which means they would meet.
Imagine if that does happen.
How about that?
Nobody had that.
No.
Nobody.
Not whatsoever.
So I looked up odds for Brock Purdy to throw an interception. He's even, which means if you put $20 down, he throws an interception, you're winning $20. Over 1.5 is at plus 450. Under 0.5 interception minus 130. So his odds of throwing an interception is higher than Jordan Love.
So all the training you've done with Brock
3.
Purdy, when he throws a pick, I mean, do you have to give him money back?
No,
it's your fault.
Just shake it off. Just shake
your
it
fault.
off. Come
I mean,
back.
It's your fault.
No,
come back and just get after it.
Manuch always is the first one to say, I didn't teach him that. I didn't teach him how to do that.
Yeah,
So that's the first line of defense.
Coach.
I will text him and go, where the hell were you throwing that football? What were you thinking on that play? So there's some things that Brock knows better as far as trying to throw the ball back inside, trying to throw the ball late versus cover 2 down the middle. So he's got Brian Greasy there to get in his grill a little bit too. But I will say this, Kyle Shanahan will get in your grill as well too, in somewhat of a subtle way. So hopefully lessons were learned after that Baltimore Ravens loss there in San Francisco.
So there you go. One more story I want to pass along. The NCAA's long shot request to challenge the November ruling allowing thousands of former student athletes who claim they were cheated out of billions of dollars to pursue their claims as a group failed to win a reprieve from the court yesterday. So this claim, was the ruling keeps the trial unscheduled. It'll be January 2025 in Oakland. Likely means the NCAA is going to have to wait until after a verdict to raise any arguments that these athletes were wrongly granted a class action status. So these attorneys for these athletes are seeking $1.5 billion in damage.
And I'm trying to think is from lost revenue, from the standpoint they didn't. I mean, NIL came after the fact with all this. Now they want to come back and say, well, now you got the NIL. We want to come back and collect ours. It's like the O'Bannon Sam Keller scenario. I'm
exactly.
Like, how are you?
It's just we should have a conversation with Kevin Rowe about this.
Yeah,
these are just attorneys, just cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Let's milk this out. I mean, why do they have to wait until January of next year to have this trial?
Well, maybe maybe the court's backed up and they can't get to it until that time.
Go to another court.
Good luck with
How
that.
How hard
guys.
is it? Come on.
Good luck with that, guys. I mean, it's like saying, going back and say, well, that number 10 jersey, I kind of set the press with that. Now it's being sold off the racks
40
in Manhattan. It's like, no, that time has come and gone. Good luck. I'm surprised they're even going to trial. Surprised they didn't just throw it out saying there's no merit for this whatsoever.
National Popcorn Day, folks. Hour number 3 is coming up. Howard Balzer's going to join us. Talk to him, get you caught up with some of the top stories, and Jax's Rewind, our favorite segment of the week, where it's all about Jimmy B. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Make plans for the big one Sunday, February 11th in the showroom in Casino, Arizona. Win cash just for watching the big game, as this year marks Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS, the 25th consecutive season. Doors open at 3. First come, first served. Just be 21 or older. It's the big game viewing party with tons of cash and giveaways. See you February 11th at Casino, Arizona.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Idling causes air pollution. Please turn off your vehicle when waiting in long lines like school pickups and drive-thrus. You'll save on gas and breathe cleaner air. For more information, visit maricopa.gov/AQ.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs, is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, everyone gets a no-sweat same-game parlay for every playoff game day. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code 910. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code 910. The crown is yours. 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Opt-in required. One no-sweat token issued per eligible day after opt-in. No-sweat bonus bet issued based on amount of losing qualifying bet. Eligibility, max reward limits, and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Coyotes went toe-to-toe with the team with the most points in the NHL last night, falling in Vancouver to the Canucks. They're back on the ice at home tomorrow in a matinee against the Predators. The Suns are on the road for the Pelicans today. College ball tomorrow. Arizona hosts UCLA. Arizona State is home for USC. GCU will try for a 15th consecutive win as they take on Seattle on the road. NAU entertains Sacramento State. Assistant Danny Stone has been promoted to head coach of Phoenix Rising. He replaces Juan Guerra, who left to join the Houston Dynamo of Major League Soccer as an assistant. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website.
Bonus.
That's
bonus.
Enter it now. FoxSports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for cloudy skies tonight with temperatures in the upper 40s. And then Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high of 73. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join the growing team at Progressive Insurance. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
The following is a paid program.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Suns, and Suns. They play tonight in New Orleans in the Big Easy. They'll face off against Zion Williamson, and the Suns are entering this game with a 3-game winning streak. They had a big comeback win against the Kings on Tuesday night. They're 22-18 on the season, and I think a lot of Suns fans, including myself, want to see them put 4 quarters together, not have a game like we saw Tuesday night where they got to come back from 22. That was something that I don't think we'll ever see again, at least for a long time. But they got to start getting their act together because it's January now. It's past Christmas. We kept saying, okay, we really start paying attention around at Christmas time. Then the season starts. But let's see if they can stay healthy and then get a little run here. They got a long road trip. I think 7 games, something like that. They need to at least win 5 of the 7 and just start getting some wins so they can start moving up in the standings.
Yeah, then in New Orleans tonight, then back here against Indiana and Chicago. And then you're right, Rock.
What's that, 7 coming up soon?
7 on the road, and I agree with you. I think that at some point you are who you are, right? I mean, everybody says, well, we're going to be patient. We're going to wait for these guys. Well, you need as a team, as a collective. And with what's the trade deadline? February 9th, I believe, is the trade deadline. 8th. What moves they make or don't make. But I think for this Suns team, for Suns fans, we just want to see consistency for a good 4 quarters and not have those highs and lows and have that big first quarter and then you have a big lead and get down in the fourth quarter and have to scramble or give up opposing teams big fourth quarter. And again, the anomaly for this so-called Frank Vogel supposedly defensive team, you know what? In the last 3 years, I don't think I've seen Suns teams give up on a regular basis 60-plus points per half that we've seen on a constant, guys, over these maybe the last month, giving up 71 points and a half, giving up 61. On average, you're giving up 115, 118 points. I mean, those are some of the things I think that we expected to see would be a strength for this Phoenix Suns team, but they really struggle. I think they're one of the lowest as far as fourth quarter averages, as far as defending wise, for a team, especially those teams that come in on the road.
On a national level, a lot of talk about Bill Belichick in Atlanta. I think a lot of us feel that's a done deal, right?
You would think after a second interview.
So fast, as Atlanta Falcons have asked permission to talk to Joe Brady, the OC at Buffalo. The guy has never been a head coach, and he just became the interim OC when Ken Dorsey was fired in November, and I guess he's shown enough. I mean, 2 months, and then Okay, you're good enough.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, Joe Brady was in the pros, went to LSU.
Yeah, he was the OC for that
for Joe
national
Burrow
championship
and those guys.
2020 team. Yeah.
And so when Matt Rule got the Carolina job, he brought in Joe Brady as the OC for that. That didn't work out. So I don't know where Joe went after that, but then he ended up with Buffalo as a quarterback coach under Ken Dorsey as the offensive coordinator. He's come in and he's done a phenomenal job for the Bills because he's focused on the run game for this Buffalo Bills team, which has taken a lot of pressure off of Josh Allen. But I think the main reason why, Rock, why he's getting interest is how he's developed young quarterbacks. I mean, you look at what he did with Joe Burrow at LSU, really didn't get a chance. And I forget who the quarterback was at Carolina. I think it was Baker the quarterback there. I even think that who's a red rifle too out of TCU.
They had Andy Dalton. Sam Darnold was there for a little bit. They had 14 different quarterbacks.
Yeah,
over
exactly.
That
That's it. But I mean, now they see what he's doing in Buffalo and how he's helping. And I think sometimes manage, Josh Allen's emotions because Josh still throws some bad picks. Miami game, couple bad. But
all right, but you're Arthur Blank. Joe Brady just to develop a quarterback, or Bill Belichick to win your championship?
Here's what I think. And because Belichick
money's not an issue with Arthur Blank.
No, and I think the only thing I can think of why they're now want to interview Joe Brady is because maybe the Atlanta Falcons are having a hard time giving up a lot of control to Bill Belichick as a general manager who wants final say-so, which they should. I think Bill Belichick's got that right to say, well, I want to be your quasi-general manager or work with your GM. And I want to have the right on the players you bring in and you don't bring in. So that's the only thing I can think of, unless they want to get a fresh approach and have more of an offensive-minded guy to develop Ritter in this. I think they got some talent on this.
But
Falcons
do you
team.
think, too, I mean, Arthur Blank, 81 years old, does that start to play a factor? Like, hey, maybe I got a guy like Bill Belichick to come in, have his defensive scheme. Maybe we're a one quarterback or a Michael Penix Jr., a veteran quarterback to come in for making that playoff Super Bowl run because they've got the talent on defense. It's just a matter of the quarterback situation. He's 81 years old, Arthur Blank. Kind of wants to win a Super Bowl here soon before he retires.
I agree with you. He'd rather win it sooner rather than later, right? I don't know. That's just very interesting. I thought that deal would have been closed by now. Second interview, maybe just to kind of work out the dynamics of the contract and responsibilities.
But hold on, Manuch. You don't pick Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick picks you. And so if Bill has had 2 interviews with Atlanta, but he still wants to see, maybe LA wants to talk to him. Maybe Washington wants to talk to him. Maybe there are other teams that are asking to hopefully set up meetings with Bill Belichick. Atlanta might be ready to go. They might be ready to put a contract in front of Bill, but they're not really the ones driving this boat. It's going to be Bill. Bill's the one that's going to make a decision. So you can't just sit back and say, oh, Bill's our guy. We're just going to sit back and wait. You also need to have some backup options in place if Bill truly is your number one in case he decides to go elsewhere.
Well, the rumors, the reports that he's going to meet with him again this weekend. Also, there's a report the Falcons still have the Rooney Rule obligation to fulfill. So that could play into this too.
Well, and Joe Brady's, if he's going to come in, again, you have any other minorities you want to interview on top of that. Maybe they have. There's also the individuals he had internally.
Mm-hmm.
The black assistant coaches or minority coaches.
They've interviewed 9 people so far. 9.
So when the Rooney Rule kicks in, I don't know what the quota is per se with that type of thing. But I think if they're negotiating, I mean, Bill Belichick, he's coming back this weekend with Arthur Blank and the executives there. I'm like you, Rock. Money's not the option. He said verbally the other day, he said, I like a project. I want a project. I want to put a team together. So if that project, I don't think is just as the head coach. I think it's also as far as building that team the way he wants to see it built and having that agreement as to the roles and responsibilities that Bill Belichick wants to have versus what they're willing to give up.
Yeah, and there's other coaches. Joe Brady, he can't meet with the Atlanta Falcons until after this weekend if they lose because you give Vrabel, Harbaugh, Belichick, they can interview in person. These other guys are under contract with another NFL team, so they're not allowed to interview in person. That's the rule.
It's kind of like Jonathan Gannon last year, right? When he was in Philadelphia, on the down low.
That cost a pick.
Yeah, he was the defensive coordinator. You know what? It's you see all the other individuals, and Vrabel, I think, is another one of those dark horses out there that people need to interview. If the Chargers haven't pulled the trigger on Jim Harbaugh yet, Then I think that Mike Vrabel's another guy they definitely need to interview. But I think all the other openings, when you see for this NFL, that Vrabel's got to be one of those individuals, aside from New England, that's got to be in the forefront for them. At least talk to them in a thorough way.
When does hot stove talk start?
Is it kind of heating up there?
I mean,
Ron?
I'm hearing closers are signing, but Shu has.
Yeah, what do you want?
Shu has
Josh Hader.
Anything.
He signed a 5-year, $95 million deal today with the Astros. I mean, I didn't feel like that was, worthy to just, break into the show with. He doesn't, not in the National League, the Astros, closer. I don't know. Did you want that information?
All-star, I think. I mean, arguably the best closer in the business.
I listen. We could do this all day. I'll talk about Josh Hader going to the Astros, but I didn't know if that's what you really wanted to do here today.
We're just curious. Everyone.
That's really it, though. It's been kind of quiet.
Yeah,
Cody Bellinger's still out there. Blake Snell, Jordan Montgomery. I mean, Josh Hader was the biggest non-starting pitcher name that was still left. So to see him go could potentially grease the wheels for some other stuff. But yeah, it's been slow so far. And pitchers and catchers report in like 2 weeks.
I know. It's
2.
You're starting to see some action driving around. I've been driving around some of the spring training sites and seeing some people there are getting their workouts
early workouts in.
And now the weather's starting to turn, which is kind of nice. I mean, I'm sure it's going to get cold again. Is we going to
Camelback? That's going to be the place to be.
40% chance of 40% chance of rain on Sunday. And
okay, what time?
At 3:00, as a matter of fact. That's when the majority of 3:00.
Game start at 1, so I'll be all right.
Yeah.
I'll be inside.
And then looks like Monday, Tuesday could be 70-80% chance of rain with this new weather pattern coming in.
Is there a name for it yet?
No, not yet. Just rain. 67% chance.
So it's not a storm.
No,
it's
not a
like
storm per se.
Storm coming through.
Yeah, they just called it another weather front coming in.
Oh, okay. All right. Pretty excited. I was told in our pre-show meeting that our Jack's Rewind is the best ever.
Oh, best yet.
Best of the year.
Best of the year.
By pre-show meeting, do you mean the group text in which Jack said it was the best one? Because that was the extent of the conversation.
That was the pregame show. That was what we had. So we'll get to that next. We got Howard Balls. We'll get some thoughts on Cliff Kingsbury and the possibility of him going to Chicago. We'll find out what he knows about that, too. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B out here, Right Toyota.
Monday on the drive, will the quarterback hierarchy continue to be flipped upside down in the playoffs? Will someone emerge as a new quarterback superstar? Or will be the old guard reminding everyone of who's best? 6:05 on the drive, Fox Sports 910 and your free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Wreck in the East Valley if you're heading southbound on the Loop 101 just south of Southern, sitting on the right shoulder. A wreck in Phoenix on Choya, just west of 40th Street, and I'm seeing a car pedestrian accident on Van Buren west of 7th Avenue.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print Big Sale means the more you print, the more you save. Get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. Ends 2/10/24. See staples.com/print for details. Print more, save more at Staples.
I often get asked, how can Lerner & Rowe effectively handle DUI and criminal cases when you guys are a personal injury law firm? The answer is simple. We're good at it. Lerner & Rowe Law Group is a separate law firm from Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys, and we have some of the most experienced criminal defense attorneys available, including one of only a few certified criminal attorneys in Arizona who have handled thousands of criminal and DUI cases. And we offer affordable payment plans. Getting the defense you need is one phone call away.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
The annual Big Game Viewing Party is set again in the showroom in Casino, Arizona, Sunday, February 11th. Plenty of cash and prizes to be had. Doors open at 3, and it's once again first come, first serve for this free event. This year marks the 25th year. Head to rocandmanuch.com for more details.
The experts at Level 5 Lighting, all-in-one exterior permanent LED lighting, brighten up your world. Level 5 lights work with Alexa, Google Home, and Control4 smart home systems. So lighting up your home for any holiday, sporting event, security, or accent lighting has never been brighter. Calling sports enthusiasts. Get ready for your favorite game day. Get your lights installed with this month's special. 12 months, no interest financing if you qualify. Go to level5lighting.com to request a free quote. That's level5lighting.com. Level 5 Lighting, Arizona's outdoor LED experts.
Hey, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B continue to grow. First, it was the Roc and Manuch cheesesteak, then the Roc and Manuch lager and amber beers. Now they have taken it to another level with a secret football menu with special pricing at BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler. This is how it works. Make plans to watch all the
you're going to have 10 minutes.
Backyard Joint. Every Sunday after 3 p.m., our secret menu is...
And none of them are longer than a minute, right?
Just say you want the secret
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B football
menu. And while you're there, be sure to say hi to our buddy Kelly Cooper, the owner of BKD's Backyard Joint. It's a perfect place in Chandler to watch all the games, including college hoops.
The one you take out, I think,
TVs with
either number 7 or number 5.
Games going at the same time. Plus, they love showing all of our home team games. So
no, 6 is fantastic because of what you did on the end.
This Sunday after 3. That's
the video I saw. That's literally the video that I pulled up.
In Chandler.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook.
I mean, listen, Manuch, you know how much I love ball, right?
Me to budget.
Matt Carpenter is just a nice guy to have. They've got all of that glut in the middle infield with Gorman and Mason Wynn and just all those guys, right? He hasn't been. He's not a.
Going abroad for the first time.
Like Tommy Pham will have a bigger impact on on a team this year than Matt Carpenter will. But the veteran leadership is, I think, the point for Carpenter.
Language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Say that again.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it.
Yeah, 100%.
Designed with that.
They're just trying to buy time for Jordan Lawler.
3 weeks. We're starting to have conversations in.
And I think he'll be up by the end of the year. Just depends on how the shoulder heals.
Language for life. Start.
And Drew Jones is also somebody to be keeping an eye on. Like, I'm really excited about them this year.
EL.com.
The Suns are on the road tonight.
I don't remember specifically. I just know his shoulder was banged up.
Phoenix has won 3 straight. College ball tomorrow. Arizona will entertain UCLA. The Sun Devils will host USC, looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. Elsewhere, GCU will visit Seattle View. The Bills have ruled out wide receiver Gabe Davis for Sunday's game with the Chiefs with his knee injury. DraftKings line has Buffalo favored by 2.5.
Now he played the second part of the year, so he was like last year. He came up and played, but like just that's the thing.
The fully electric EQS sedan from Mercedes-Benz is innovation on a magnificent scale. Available with the epic 56-inch touch-sensitive hype screen. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQS.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. In case you missed this week of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, our fine rookie Jackson Groff has you covered.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Jax puts it all together, the best, the worst, and in his mind, the funniest moments from this week's shows. This is Jackson's Rewind, exclusively on Fox Sports 910.
Brought to you by Take the Points, which you can check out tomorrow at 11 o'clock from Casino Arizona, actually in the sports book. They have 3 live betting windows, 6 self-service betting kiosks, plus 8 screens displaying all the betting lines. Check it out for yourself tomorrow between 11 and 1, right after Backspin, the golf show.
All right, let's start out. First 5 minutes of the whole week.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
What do you mean?
Jimmy B.
You got to dumb it down for Manuch. What?
For me, yeah, right. I work
5 minutes of what show?
Oh, sorry, of this show.
On Monday?
Jimmy B. On Monday, yeah.
Oh, okay, well, dude. Half the people who are listening didn't hear that.
Okay,
so you gotta tell us what you're talking about.
You're right.
Dumb it down. Pretend Jimmy's
Hold on, let me cut this for the rewind real quick. So we'll play this at the end. Meaning what you're doing right now. Okay, never mind. Just get us back on.
All right. First clip, Roc impressed with Jimmy B.
I just want to say, I know we're only 8 minutes into the show, but you're on your A game today, Jimmy. I mean, you may have exhausted all your words for the show in this first 7-8 minutes of the program.
I'll just chill.
I'm like just impressed. I mean, you don't even have a Red Bull in front of you.
Yeah,
I mean, I just got my.
here.
Oh, you do? Oh, do you mix it in something? Oh, okay. Wait, don't share it on the air, Roc.
We're on the air.
Did you get a good night's sleep, buddy? I mean, you just seriously, you are like on another wavelength today.
Are you serious? Really?
I mean, honestly, why would I bring that up in the beginning of the show? I should do that. Yeah, let's hold this and let's tag this on the show, the tape, okay? Because this could change. You could just get way out of hand here in the next hour.
Jimmy,
yes,
Jim, pace yourself.
So hour one went great.
Well, we got to elaborate on this because
explain, Rock.
Jimmy came into the show with content, meaning he brought something to the show, which he has not yet done since he's been with us for 4 years. And it was shocking. That's why I had to say something 7-8 minutes into the show that I was uncomfortable.
You were taken aback.
Because I'm tired of carrying you guys.
Yeah, well,
and he stepped up, and it was kind of nice to sit in the passenger seat for once.
Every once in a while, that blind squirrel finds a nut.
Exactly. Good job, Jimmy.
So the start of the second hour of that show, they started talking about Buffalo and the weather and stuff like that. And Jimmy B has some history with weather and Buffalo, if you did not already know. And Rock was impressed again. So here is that second clip.
If you really don't understand lake effect snow, Lake Erie is the most shallow lake of all of the Great Lakes where Buffalo is located. And so what happens is once that lake freezes, then you don't get lake effect snow. But before it freezes, all of that cold air and moisture comes across the lake. It just scoops up even more moisture and then drops it as soon as it hits the ground in Buffalo.
I'm just losing my mind today. I mean, you are such on your A game today.
Yeah.
I mean, this is second hour.
Are you feeling okay?
Back here. I'm standing up in the studio.
You're just bringing it. I mean, give me a high five there, buddy.
Even I didn't know the Lake Erie is one of the shallowest lakes.
I didn't know that. I just knew it was a mistake on the lake. But isn't that Cuyahoga? I don't know. Jimmy just bringing it.
Hell,
2 hours in a row.
Now hold on. Now just wait.
Now the wheels come off.
It's funny, too, because right after that happened, I asked you, what would you grade Jimmy B throughout the show so far? And he said, no, let's wait. So this third clip, this is where Jimmy B starts, feeling himself a little bit, flexing on that he knows Mike Tirico.
Yeah.
Let me defend Mike Tirico just for a moment because I know Mike, and I can tell you right now, he was not happy being forced to do that.
He called you, tell you that?
No, but I know him. I've known him a long time.
We're slipping off the track.
Yeah, you were having such a good show.
I'm just going to explain. We don't need you to brag. I'm not bragging anything. Shut the hell up, Shu. Here's the deal.
He told you, Shu.
Jimmy got pissed.
Wow, man. Talking about Tirico, and he knows him. He knows that he had to. He was forced to read that whole thing.
He called you, tell you that?
No, he just knows, Rock.
Yeah, he knows Mike Tirico.
Mike Tirico.
So, what would you guys say are some of the best rivalries in sports? What are some what's some that popped to mind?
Michigan, Ohio State.
Michigan, Ohio State.
Sure.
Any player rivalries for you?
Michael Jordan versus the world.
Yeah, well, another rivalry that's brewing might be Shu versus Jimmy B. Because here's the next clip of Jimmy B. Part 1 of him not listening, and Part 2, the rivalry of Shu versus Jimmy B.
Doors at 3 o'clock on Sunday, February 11th. We'll have the kickoff jackpot, which is going to start just over $3,000.
How much cash are you going to give away at the big game? It's over what? Almost $4,000?
Oh, how much we will give away?
Yeah. Close to that?
Yeah, it'll be a lot. It'll be a lot. We've given away about.
Did you listen to the man? He said how much was in the jackpot. Did you listen?
No.
He said it.
No.
Yeah. We got 2 hours out of him.
Dude, Shu's been on Jimmy B today. Is there like a little rivalry or a little feud between you guys?
No, I don't think so.
Jimmy B, you told me to shut the hell up earlier.
Shu, you have a comment?
Listen, he started it. I just brought up that we were teetering on him destroying what was a good performance through the first 2 hours. I feel extremely vindicated with the way that the rest of the week went about making that statement in real time. So he started it. That's all.
Jackpot's at $3,000.
How much cash are you going to give away, Rock? He just did the read, Jimmy B. He just did it 25 seconds ago.
I looked at him and went, just told you.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we fast forward to Thursday, ended on a bad note on Monday. And this Jimmy B comment, Rock just said, I had enough of you, Jimmy B and Manuch.
But you wouldn't let anybody rub your balls.
No, never, not during a game. No, I would just be totally out of place. Sorry, I couldn't pass it up.
I'm done.
Yeah,
I can't do this anymore with you two guys. That's ridiculous. That's just bad.
Not me. That's a Jimmyism right there.
So that was all because yesterday was the anniversary of Deflategate. So we're talking about, Tom Brady's balls and footballs, and it got a little
Jimmy
too
tends
far.
to slip in a couple of off-color comments once in a while.
Jimmy still thinks we're doing radio back in the 60s and 70s when you could say anything you wanted.
Got to warn him. Just be careful because you might get a note from the principal's office.
We already went from a 7-second delay to a 15 because of the challenges we've had with Jimmy B.
Well, the show moves on. Jimmy B starts to talk about, how you can look up online. And he used to be in a band. He was at all these Super Bowls and stuff like that.
This is absurd.
And Shu ends up Googling him. And here's what he Googled and then the sample of what it is in this clip.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, it's been a roller coaster ride. It's been a roller coaster ride. I will tell you, I did look on the internet, and YouTube has some Jimmy B. I'm actually watching Jimmy B. Congratulating a news station for 50 years or something. So I'm working on getting some content.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jim Brinson, former news anchor and sports director at KSWT. Congratulations on 50 years of broadcasting.
Great.
That's what you found, huh?
That's
Shu?
the video.
So,
when you look him up on YouTube, that's the top thing that comes up.
But we didn't set that up right because the conversation was Jimmy said he was in a band and he was a lead singer in a band and he threw out the band names, and that's how Shu found that particular clip.
What's absurd is he made this claim and then offered up zero proof to the claim.
Yeah.
Like
Manuch
Manuch does this all the time.
No, I
Manuch
know.
does this all the time. Where we just make claims and then we're unable to back them up here on the
you
show.
can't fact
And then
check
I
it.
have
just got to trust me.
and I don't. So, and then that's why I spend my time on the internet making sure that we're saying things that are truthful. And I looked up Jimmy B, and that's what I found.
Oh, and then last but not least, I'm with Manuch probably more than any other person, setting up, taking down, and all this kind of stuff like that. And I've established the Manuch-isms that he has. And I don't know what Manuch said in this next clip, but I somehow translated it for Rock. So here's the last clip.
I even voted for your Rocks. Your question in reference to Rock over a Purdy or Love. I voted for that as well too.
You voted for
over the
yours?
Suns? No, I voted for Brock Purdy.
What are you talking about?
What?
Your question. Let me translate for Manuch.
Yeah, thank
he
you.
voted that your question was better than his question.
Sure. Oh, okay.
So I even
That's
voted
all
for
you
your
got to say.
question.
Yeah, that's stupid. Yeah. I voted for your question.
But he said
That's not what you said.
A Rock
That is not how
Purdy
you presented
love.
it.
Well, I voted for the Purdy Love question. That's what I was saying versus the Suns
What
grade.
You may have thought in your mind you said it that way, but it didn't come out that way.
We might need you to play that back because I think Manuch forgot what he said.
Play that back again. Let me
All right,
just
I'll play.
Don't
the first,
step on it.
I'll play the first part of it back.
I even voted for your Rocks. Your question in reference to Rock over a Purdy or Love. I voted for that as well too.
Rock
You voted for
over
the
a
Suns.
Purdy of Love. Rock over a Purdy of Love.
Rock's question over
but
the
that's
Purdy
the-
Love question. Yeah.
That's not what you said. You didn't say what you
Maybe I
thought
should have
you said.
articulated it just a little
Yeah,
bit more.
yeah, so
You
everybody
think
could
that's what we're
understand.
doing?
Yeah, okay.
Radio.
Yeah.
It's the spoken word. I would prefer you to use complete sentences.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's there's top 40.
Well, we only had
all
like-
these formats. This is called spoken word.
We only had 10
format.
seconds left, so I tried to get in it quick. But thank you for
Rock
translating for me.
over a Purdy of love.
Is that the band that Jimmy B was in?
Well, I think
Purdy
Jimmy,
of Love?
Didn't Jimmy insinuate there's actual footage of him in that band as
what
that
he
lead
said.
singer?
Said he's bringing it on Monday.
Yeah.
He is going to bring it on
He
Monday.
said he said
okay.
a photo with him in the band as well as a photo of him covering the Super Bowl, which we did not ask for, but he'll bring both.
Yeah, that's the part I didn't understand. We didn't care about him being in New Orleans at a Super Bowl. I've done that. What's the big deal? I want to see him in a band.
It was a big deal to him,
So
Rock.
let me ask you this: when and if he retires, does this segment go away? Because there'll be no content.
Well, I think we'll have enough to be for reruns
No.
to go over.
No one will know who
and
he
over,
is. No one
and
know
over
who he
and over
is.
again.
Even though he lets everybody know who he is.
What was it? He did say he has showed me it was in a movie, The Big Fish of Pittsburgh, that basketball movie.
He was in that movie?
He was in that movie.
And we
he
got to
had
get a clip.
Well,
This is the first I've heard of this.
I've actually seen him. He had couple of speaking parts in there.
They called Wanda or
the Steelers movie.
Yeah,
with Lynn Swan. I don't know what it's called, but it was that movie.
So he's in two. Wait,
DJ,
which one are you talking about?
I
The
think
basketball
the
movie?
One with the Coca-Cola. That one. Maybe it is the Steelers one.
No idea what you're talking
he wasn't
about.
real
Talking about Mean Joe Green? That's a commercial.
Well, but they made a movie of this. Is what he was telling me. It's either the basketball movie or the football movie. One of the two.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
See what I'm talking about
You're
with
just
Manuch here?
bad as Jimmy B.
No, I'm just because he's not real clear about which one it was. So I said he's in a Pittsburgh movie, either football or basketball.
So I looked up Jim Brinson, actor, and there's known for him being a reporter on the movie called The Steeler and the Pittsburgh Kid in 1981.
There it is.
He was a sports anchor for a television station in Dallas, Texas. That's the only movie, and that's what I said.
Yeah, he was
no basketball, all football.
So it was the all football thing. So that's it.
Okay, and then the movie you were in, Manuch?
Ninja 3: The Domination.
What was your part?
I was the security guard. I come upon the dead bodies on Papico Golf Course. We proceed to trace the bad ninja, and I'm firing away at him. And I proceed to get killed with a Shirka star right in the chest. So I have a speaking part. Yeah, I have a speaking.
I've seen this.
You've seen that, right?
As well.
I have too.
You have showed me.
What's the
Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno looks just like Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, the Lou Ferrigno. That was about 210. You're playing football. We filmed it in 83. Came out in 84 on the silver screen.
All right, that wraps up this week. We'll catch up with Howard Balzer, find out what's going on with the Cardinals. They let all those front office people go yesterday, and some people have resigned. Let's see what he can kind of peel the onion and see what's going on. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear. What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
The Suns are currently riding a 3-game winning streak. They're on the road today to meet the Pelicans. Both teams have been playing extremely well of late. Each has won 8 of their last 11 games. Arizona announcing that Kenny Lofton will be inducted into the school's basketball Ring of Honor. Lofton, of course, went on to a 17-year Major League Baseball career. Also being inducted, Ben Matherin and Christian Coloco. The Wildcats will host UCLA tomorrow afternoon at the McHale Center. Meanwhile, Arizona State will be home for USC. The Coyotes back in action at home tomorrow as they take on the Nashville Predators. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for cloudy skies tonight with temperatures in the upper 40s. And then Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high of 73. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
Come chill and get your fill at Arena Sports Grill. Arena Sports Grill is your home for Nebraska Cornhusker football and the National Football League. Watch all your favorite sports, plus off-track wagering with the ponies. Arena even caters to the night owls with breakfast on the weekends till 2. NFL Mondays and Thursdays are packed with happy hour specials daily till 7 and other incredible drink and food specials. It's Arena Sports Grill, 64th Street in Bell, North Scottsdale's friendly sports bar since 1998.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Have you been charged with a crime you didn't commit? It happens more than you think. When your liberty is on the line, you need an experienced attorney that will aggressively fight for you. Lerner & Rowe Law Group handles DUI and all other criminal charges. And with our affordable payment plans, it's easier than you think to get the defense you need. If the police made a mistake, call Lerner & Rowe today. We're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take your call.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
At Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, there's something that binds us all. The collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the Cobra Dark Speed Driver. Engineered with advanced aerodynamics, power bridge technology, and a large hot face for more speed and consistency. Visit us in-store for a free custom fitting at Vans Golf Shops or shop us online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the Excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Idling causes air pollution. Please turn off your vehicle when waiting in long lines like school pickups and drive-thrus. You'll save on gas and breathe cleaner air. For more information, visit maricopa.gov/AQ.
When something happens to your car, you might say, well, that's just great.
Oh, perfect.
Awesome. How nice for me. But what you really need to say is, like a good neighbor, Howard's there to help you file your claim. State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Jackson Hewitt has a plan to get your tax refund.
Manuch, I've seen it.
With a buck.
You showed it to me when we were at the Fanatic.
Here a buck, there a buck, everywhere a buck.
You don't have to.
Because I didn't believe you.
Tax refund. Get money.
Because I didn't think you were telling me the truth. Because even Sean was trying to convince me. I'm like, I don't believe you guys.
They guarantee.
Don't settle for chicken feed. Get fast bucks at Jackson Hewitt today. No fee refund advance loans by Republic Bank offered to eligible clients. Money today guarantee if approved for a loan on a prepaid card. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
DraftKings Sportsbook is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code SPORTS. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code SPORTS. The crown is yours. 21 and over, Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms.
He's been covering the National Football League for close to 50 years. A longtime NFL writer, broadcaster, and Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer. Now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Like how Bob, the voice guy, Howard Balzer. He brings it here on Fox Sports 910. How we doing, Howard? What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing great. Doing great. How are you guys doing?
Good, man. Can you tell us what's going on with the shakeup in the Cardinals front office? What's is there something going on over there? All these guys that have had a lot of tenure are gone.
Yeah, a lot of changes on the business side, and from the way I hear it, the way I understand it is, while there are a bunch of people leaving, there's also some others coming. And Michael Bidwell hired a new guy to run the business side of it during the season, and this apparently was a lot of what his recommendations were. But like you said, a lot of longtime people that are exiting the organization. I don't know how similar this is to other teams. I doubt that there would be this much change in most teams with a lot of people who've been working for a while. But I'm sure that that the goal was to maybe streamline a little bit. And I from one thing I've heard is how they're really going to be pushing season tickets and all those things. So, and I think that's where a lot of the new focus is going to be on the marketing and all that end of it. But still, it's always jarring, when things like this happen with a team that's worth, close to $4 billion. You wonder how much is really necessary.
Howard, it's almost like you might as well throw the baby out with the bathwater with all the changes. I mean, these are high-level executives. I could see maybe one or two, but I mean, wholesale changes throughout it. And I'm just curious if you do get a chance to talk to Michael Bidwell, to how much this might have been revolved around the allegations and investigation into the toxic atmosphere there, allegedly, for the Arizona Cardinals, and who might have talked and who didn't, in reference to if that had anything to do with it.
Yeah, you hope it didn't, certainly. And certainly he would probably never address those questions. And so whether it, had a certain amount to do with it, who knows? Certainly some of the people who were there back when a lot of that happened, weren't there then. But there's obviously been a lot of, talk and a lot of people, speaking anonymously about the way things are, in that organization, in terms, but, it seems that so much of it though revolved around Michael. But then again, they had that survey and with, asking people to be honest and forthright about the organization. And then when they started hearing some of the answers, they shut it down. Well, hopefully all those answers, supposedly those surveys were anonymous and they didn't really know who was saying things. So I don't know. I tend to believe that it was more about this new business guy coming in and saying, okay, maybe he felt they were top heavy, in certain areas, and that maybe, they were just, had too many people. I don't know. It's hard to get to the true bottom of it all, but obviously they're making a bunch of changes as they go forward.
When do you expect to hear anything from this investigation?
I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, it's ongoing. There's been depositions, we know, all those things. And it's hard to say. We know the NFL works relatively slowly on these things. We saw with the whole Washington situation and some others that it took quite a while before anything that was made public. And who knows if they'll even make anything public with this, depending on what they find and what they believe. But there's two things going on at the same time. There's one with the whole grievance filed by Terry McDonough, and then you have some of the other allegations that you wonder how much any of that, if it's even being investigated, and with some of the things that have been said, because most of the things that have been said have been anonymously.
3.
So I think unless people speak out and put a name to it and would come forward to the NFL in terms of the toxic workplace stuff, then they don't really have a whole lot to go on. I found it interesting that one of the guys who was back here then who has gone public, Mike Disner, I mean, he's being interviewed by he's with the Lions now, and he's being interviewed by some other teams for jobs. So there's a lot of murkiness in this whole situation, and I don't know if we'll ever really know the truth. And how about this, guys? I was thinking of this the other day, and I'll look into it. We have not heard a word about the grievance that was filed by Sean Kugler.
Oh yeah,
when he was fired. What was it? December, January? Was it now 14 months ago? When the Cardinals were in Mexico City for a game, and then he was fired at that, and then a grievance was filed and it was going to arbitration, and we've heard nothing on that in over a year. So the wheels of justice, if you will, of course, they spin slowly everywhere. I mean, obviously it's not limited to the NFL. It seems that's the case in just about anything that there is that is either a civil case or a criminal case. But they definitely spin slowly in the NFL when they investigate these things.
All right, we got about a minute. I'm sure the evaluations have been done by the staff and the players. What do you feel from what you can gather is going to be the main focus with this team, either offensively, defensively, and is it any one specific position?
I think most of the focus will be on defense. Certainly, everyone's hoping that the first 3 picks in the draft are quarterbacks. So the Cardinals will be in position to draft Marvin Harrison Jr. But I think aside from that, most of it is on defense. Although you do wonder how things are affected by the injury that was suffered by DJ Humphrey. So the reality is things looked a lot better at the end of the year. It gave it created a certain level of optimism, but there's still a lot of work to be done. And I think one of the biggest areas that they need to upgrade is the defensive line. And granted, there were a lot of injuries, but it still was, not that top rated a group when the season began. So that doesn't mean necessarily early in the first round with the draft, but some of those other later round picks, you would think that they'll be really moving to upgrade that defensive line and improve the defense overall, and cornerback, certainly edge rusher. You wonder about all these edge rushers they have. I added this up the other day. Cardinals only have 33 sacks as a team, and only 18 and a half of them came from all those outside linebackers they have. So I'm sure they're hoping for improvement from guys they have, like B.J. Ojolari, but you still like to, I would still expect there to be other additions at that position because there's so much they need to be a much better defense.
All right, have a good weekend, man. Thanks for the time today.
All right, guys, take care.
That's Howard Balzer. Follow him on Twitter or XH Balzer. Appreciate the time with him, and we'll have to keep an eye out what's going on with the Arizona Cardinals. Sounds like there's a lot of stuff, and there's still a few black clouds over this organization.
Stuff.
I drove by the facility this morning, the original one, and I noticed that the Arizona football sign was down. I know they moved into a new facility, but I'm sure they're still using that one. But
at least the practice fields and what have you. Yeah,
but I was curious why the sign was down, because it's that lettering that pops.
Right.
That if you take it off, you could still see that there was a
Right.
logo up there. I don't know. Maybe somebody can.
Bubble's still there. They're still practicing there.
Yeah, bubble. Yeah, it wasn't popped, but they need that bubble because all those dark clouds. you gotta stay in that.
Keep from descending upon them.
Jeez. We're about to lose something that I think many of you grew up reading. And it's unfortunate because it's just sad. It just proves how our world is just changing. And I'll tell you what that's all about next. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Oh,
here we go.
Clear.
Steve Covino. Ooh. Rich Davis.
Yes.
This is Covino and Rich.
I never want to get into the lame conversation of, well, who was it? I will say, though, Tom Brady winning a Super Bowl for the Bucs like a year later.
That said a lot.
That was like, that was the worst thing. That was the worst thing that could have happened to Belichick. It's like breaking up with a girl and her next guy is the guy that plays Reacher.
Covino and Rich, this afternoon at 4. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
17 southbound near Yorkshire. We have an accident. 3 middle lanes are blocked. 17 southbound near Bell Road. We have an accident off right stop and go traffic from Deer Valley Road. And an accident, Lindsay Road, south of Queen Creek Road.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services, home of the Money Today guarantee. Can't wait weeks for your tax refund? Then don't. At Jackson Hewitt, get money today if you're approved for a no-fee refund advance loan on a prepaid card. Book today at jacksonhewitt.com. No-fee refund advance offered to eligible clients. Application required. Loans by Republic Bank. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
A big one is almost here, and the only place year after year to watch it is in the showroom in Casino, Arizona. The team at Fox Sports 910 will be giving away the cash just for watching the big game, as this year marks our 25th consecutive season hosting the game of the year. You can win your share of all the cash prizes, as it's the return of our kickoff jackpot that will be over $3,000. Plus, you receive free $25 squares, along with a chance at winning $100 propositions. Doors open at 3, but space is limited, so it's first come, first serve. And for this year, you'll be able to wager, watch, and win with the new Casino Arizona Sportsbook. Don't be shut out. Just be 21 or older and be present in the showroom at Casino Arizona. This is the only way to watch the big game. Full-service lounges, great game menus, and tons of ways to win cash. It's Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.S. Big Game Viewing Party in the showroom at Casino Arizona.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
A homeowner just like you.
Hey.
Decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial, state48roofing.com.
The will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential.
At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Duke's, because there's only one Duke's. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
And Doug. With Liberty Mutual, you can customize and save hundreds on your car insurance. But what to buy with those savings? Yep, I bought a sound effects machine.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Let's get ready for football.
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
All right, it's not all football, but it is football related. As this afternoon, all the staffers of Sports Illustrated, the publication, were told that their position was going to be eliminated and is eliminated by the Arena Group. That's who owned them. And it's unfortunate for most of you that are in that 40-plus age group. You grew up with Sports Illustrated. You remember the Michael Jordan cover where a star is born, and Gretzky, the great one, and just some iconic photos that were on the front page of Sports Illustrated. And for me, I'd open the Sports Illustrated every week, and I still have about 1,000 of them saved.
Lucky you.
Yeah, in the cloud. Well, I don't have to worth anything. Well, maybe they'd be worth something now.
It's
But
nostalgia.
I was just, as a kid, I saved Sports Illustrated, Baseball Digest, Basketball Digest, Football Digest, Sport. You remember Sport?
How about Sporting News?
I did the Sporting News,
Yep.
and then the National, the newspaper,
Yes.
the National. So I was weird about that stuff. But I remember always picking up the SI and going right to the back page to Rick Riley's piece. And if you remember, it was that Life of Riley, which was in the back of the page.
Yes.
And basically it had human interest stories that were there. And that ran for from 1997 to 2007. And it was the first opinion piece in Sports Illustrated. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then he left and went to ESPN. But yeah, there are a lot of people pretty upset today. And it's unfortunate that, it's the world we live in. Everything's digital.
And I think the other thing, too, they had, I believe it was Rick Thielander who would go out and around the nation with some of the sporting stars, whether it be women or men or college, and just do a feature story every week. And you just it was kind of one of the first magazines where Rick would kind of pull the curtain back on that individual's life, what it was like with their team or growing up or some of the things that they had to overcome. And it was just great. I mean, it was must read. I remember, I'll never forget, my dad subscribed to it. It was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, that's the best thing
Every
ever.
Friday afternoon, the SI came in, and you were going cover to cover and to your point, the human interest stories were phenomenal. And then those 4 or 5 individuals in the box there with their photos and whatever the accomplishments they had. And then years later, it's like, is it Phil Nevin who was the third baseman for the when he was with the Little League World Series? They went back and showed when he was featured as the pitcher. And then some years later, he was third baseman for the San Diego Padres.
You would always look and see if there was somebody from your state.
Arizona, exactly.
And say, hey, is there somebody there?
Jersey.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Hey, what's on tap tonight? 6 o'clock. It's the Suns at the Pelicans on Arizona Sports Family, so you can check that out. Results of our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day are?
They are, which divisional game is your upset game of the weekend? Is it the Texans over the Ravens, Packers over the 49ers, Buccaneers over the Lions, or Chiefs over the Bills? Chiefs over the Bills and Buccaneers over the Lions tied at 35.3%. Followed by the Packers over the Niners, 17.6%. Last but not least, the Texans over the Ravens, 11.8%.
I do want to point this out real quick that Sports Illustrated is going to continue to operate for now. So we'll see what happens. The entire staff wasn't laid off, but it's multiple reports. There's some pretty bad reporting, at least is what I'm reading from current Sports Illustrated reporter Pat Ford, who went to social media and said, he wanted to correct some of the reporting out there that not everybody was laid off. So maybe somebody will come.
Maybe it'll be
take it over.
Will it be digital basis only eventually? You think pretty much SI? I mean, part of it is getting the magazine. And just who's on the cover. That was always the key.
It's the cover.
It's the cover.
And oh no, they're not putting Peyton Manning on the cover again. Yeah. Tom Brady's on the cover this time,
or Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, Muhammad.
He was on forever.
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan. Never for you when Joe Willie Namath when they won. They beat the Colts in the Super Bowl in '69. That number one, they had him from behind. Namath with his hand up, number one, as he's going into the locker room. I mean, iconic photos that you remember to this day.
And how about
40?
The swimsuit?
The swimsuit edition.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
Can't go away, can they? I mean, special edition once a year.
It's for the girls, for the models.
Yes,
30.
yes.
Somebody's got to keep them employed, right?
Hey, we'll be back on Monday, 1 o'clock from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino. Make sure Backspin the Golf Show. You check that out tomorrow
20.
at 9. Take the points at 11. Have a great weekend and stay safe out there, and we'll see you on